This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 844 for the week of Monday, November 25th. I'm Zach.
My name is Steve.
Steve, any hot Simpsons references today?
I actually couldn't think of a single one. Hey, it's me, Lisa Simpson, everybody.
Bort, right? No, okay, so as you can probably tell, the commanders are out of the house and the inmates are here to play. I'm your editor, Delaney.
I'm Vero.
And before we get into whatever the hell this is, let's get into our Rogues Gallery. With us today, our special guests from the Signal Award-winning podcast Shoujo Sundae. First off, we've got Chika. How you doing, Chika?
I'm doing good. Hey, everybody. Don't change your opinion of me after listening to this episode.
I think it would strengthen their opinion of you.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Again, you're running award season with whatever the hell your takes are about to be, so clearly you're doing something right. Next up, we have a friend of the podcast. We've got Ken O'Connor. How you doing, Ken?
Hello. Thanks for having me on. I have no idea what this is going to be about. I just got pulled in last second, so please bear with me.
Ken had 10 minutes to prep for this episode, but given the topic, he is absolutely going to kill it. I have full faith in him.
Yeah, I think I've been preparing this my entire life at this point, so I think it'll be fine.
We have writer, musician, and composer of the OPP theme song, Kirsten Carey. Kirsten, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to talking about beautiful boys.
Aren't we all? And last but certainly not least, we have voice actress and voice of Flampe on the One Piece anime. It's Marianne Bray. How you doing, Marianne?
Pretty good. I'm excited to be here.
This is going to be a blast. I've never actually met I don't think I've met Kirsten or Marianne, so I'm just like, oh my god, new friends. This is great. Finally, the guys have to share.
Mm-hmm. It's a good crowd. We've got some good people.
It's a great crowd, and what a great time to share, because for those of you guys who tuned into our call-in show last week, it was mentioned that it was a bit impromptu, and that's because we were putting together the worst idea I've ever had, and by worst I mean the best.
Absolutely the best.
Which is a tourney-style judging of One Piece boyfriends. So the boyfriend bracket, the testosterone tourney, the fujoshi fight, whatever you want to call it.
What is it? The Yume Joshi fight. We're shipping ourselves with them.
That is true, the Yume Joshi fight.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we've been banding around the idea of like a One Piece Hear Me Out episode for a while. And, you know, there's a lot you can say about the beautiful people in One Piece, but I think if you're really getting into the nitty-gritty, you want to talk about who do you want to kiss? Who's that boy you want to smooch? And fortunately, we found a lot of people with opinions on the matter. So
professionals.
We will get professionals in the field, might I say. This is one of the best gangs of people because we have so many accredited folks all here to talk about what that mouth do, what that Yonko do. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. This is why I don't host.
No, you're doing great.
I'm doing so great, and Zach definitely won't yell at me. So I think we don't really have any announcements this week in terms of One Piece news, right? Like, I'm not missing anything that everyone's going to yell at me about. We have a new cover for the Heroines novel, but outside of that, as with chapters, we are pretty light on One Piece news. So if we're all feeling ready to go, are we all set to smack down? Right. Just a quick thing before we get started. Obviously, this episode is dedicated to a lot of, like, you know, raunchy stuff, a little bit PG-13, a little bit steamy. I do want to let everybody know that while we do have a lot of fun and we're really, really, genuinely excited to have a blast and share this with you, as with any parasocial thing, this is not an invitation for any of us to come into our socials and start talking about weird sex stuff with us. Just like on a general basis, but especially not because we made a podcast about it. So just like a general reminder, everyone, we love you to bits. I don't need to hear it. And if any of us do, we're just never doing this again. So if you enjoy it, please just let us know in a normal, polite way.
Please be normal and stop DMing me. Just stop.
Please be normal because for God's sake, we cannot be.
No.
But we do it for you. So with that said, we are all buckled in for this wild ride, and let's kick off. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get up off your seats and get hype for the first annual OPP Boyfriend Bracket. What y'all say? All right. So now it's time to actually explain how this shindig is going to shake down. So, speaking of which, if you can take a shot every time I get a nice newsy witticism in, I promise you're going to be dead by the end of the episode. So all of us today have brought at least one of our special One Piece boys to the table. We are going to be arguing for them debate team style to win over our colleagues and ultimately vote who is, amongst the pool of offerings, the best One Piece boyfriend. We're going to be doing it bracket style, so we're going to be going in groups of 2, working our way up each seed until we get to the final fight. I guess so. I can't think of any fun One Piece themed terms for this. So before we get into it, let me just explain what our voting criteria are going to be. So the main arguments we've been asked to prepare for today's show. We have got our boyfriend inciting incident. So when did you decide that they were attractive? It does not happen immediately. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it is an instant attraction. Ideal first date. So how's he going to treat you right? You know, who is this man? And how's he going to show you his green flags? And, of course, the will of D, which is, is it good? Is it good? And, are there problems? So, you know, devil fruit powers and hockey powers, they are at play. Mm-hmm. And there is a tiebreaker, but I will get into the tiebreaker if it becomes a problem. We will be hearing from each competitor one at a time what their arguments are. We will then debate amongst ourselves and determine a winner by vote from there, and then move on to the next bracket. So, Council, are we all feeling ready to go?
I'm ready to judge some men. I do it every day.
No, judge.
As usually when I listen to this podcast.
I do it every Monday before it ships.
Oh my god.
Every Sunday night, Delaney is just
sitting there shaking her head like, I don't sound like that.
Yeah, I could do a better show. No. But if we are ready to kick off, then we're going to do our first seed, which is Marianne and Chika. Which these were randomly generated, but I knew that Chika would have a conflict of interest because when the names were being bandied around, Chika did say that this was one of her options as well. So now we gotta decide who we're gonna stab in the back or punch in the back, so to speak.
No, I'm fighting. I'm gonna fight as if he's cheating on me, and so that is I'm gonna go as hard as possible.
You know, he's probably got a lot of broken hearts left along the Grand Line, so
And we
you
know
don't have to imagine too
yeah.
hard.
True.
He broke the hearts of a nation. That being said, Marianne, do you want to kick us off with your competitor today?
All right. So I am arguing that Portgas D'Ace is One Piece's #1 husbando. I have 3 One Piece husbandos, and He is my favorite. And some of this is based on if I knew them in real life, would I hate them? Because, like, I do love Sanji, but no. And I like Law, but he's also a lot. I feel like...
A lot?
A lot! Yeah. I liked Ace basically from the start. I was like, who's this mysterious, cool stranger on Drum Island looking for Luffy? All right. But the moment that sold me on him, that I was like, oh, okay, was when he's like helping out the Straw Hats and he's on the Striker, his little ship, and he like dives it, shoots it under the water, does a flip over it, lands back on it, and blasts those Navy ships out of the water. I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's my
Who doesn't
guy.
like a guy that can do flips?
He's hot in two ways. Like, literally. Also, this is a sidebar, but like, I am in fact an asexual, and I do mean that asexual and asexual. So it works in multiple ways for me personally. I just think he's a good guy. He's a great brother, and he just wants to be loved, guys. He just wants to be loved.
All
should I go into
how's
first
that date
date
looking?
Oh, the date. Okay. So, I by the way, I brushed up by rereading the first of the Ace Light novels. So, last night. So, I think we would go to Sabaody Archipelago, and I think we would spend a good long time eating all for the food snacks at the food stalls. I might have to make sure that I've brought my wallet because he has a bad habit of forgetting to pay on purpose. But that's okay. It's okay. He does pay. If you remind him that he should do that if he hasn't forgotten his wallet. But we'll have a fun time walking around. We'll take a little ride on the gondola or the Ferris wheel thing. It'll be chill and relaxed, and I don't have to worry about anybody messing with us because I got my hot steamy man beside me to take care of it. It's all right. It's all right. I do think he should wear a shirt more often, though. But that's beside the point.
That is not something you often hear people say about the people they're attracted to. But I do respect it. His shirt is kind of cute. I understand that.
It is cute.
Yeah.
It gives him like a little like boyish lifeguard-y charm, I think.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
He's a little cute.
Very Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he's ready to go hang out on the beach with you, which he probably is.
Just don't get him wet.
Well,
Nope.
yeah. That's fair. Also, for me personally, I'm one of those people who's like always cold. So a guy like Ace, whose power is literally fire, is like basically ideal because I wouldn't have to worry about that. In winters, I'd be set because I'm always freezing. I could hold his hand and it would be warm when my hands are always, always, always cold. I would never have to worry about that. It would be awesome. Now, I will say if...
Okay.
Yes?
Oh, I was going to say, I'm taking notes for my judges panel scores, and I'm saying attractive and practical.
And
Like a good
practical.
sweater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you were
He
trapped
is
on
a living boyfriend sweater.
He is. If you're trapped on a deserted island with him, you will be good. Because he brings the fire. He can cook you some, like, random potatoes or aminals that
I
you
don't think
come
he can
across.
cook.
No, well, he can start
He
the
can
fire
burn
and I can do the cooking. It's fine. It's fine. We don't know if he can cook, actually. That's a good question. We don't know if he can. He can cook
My
people.
hands look like this, so hers can look like this.
I think 3 boys raised in a jungle and that ate alligator all the time probably can't cook well.
They know how to charbroil. He can control his flame enough to like not burn things right away.
Sure.
So I'll teach him how to. I can fix him.
Speaking of not burning things right away.
Yes.
What's the vibe?
Well, see, that could be an issue, but he has a lot of control. We've seen him use control. So I think that yes, you could have some issues there in regards to things being a little too hot. But however, I think that it would be okay because I do think that he would control. Now, if he got a little excited, you might be a little toasty. But again, I'm always cold, so it's probably fine. We'll just bring some burn cream. I don't know if they have internal burn cream, but that's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
This all shakes out. It's good enough that there's a trade-off.
Yes.
It's a 50-50 shot. Oh, brilliant.
And most importantly,
All right.
you know he would, like, take care of you afterwards. Because he's just
Of
a
course.
nice dude. Like, he's
That's
very, he is nothing if not, like, hospitable. Like, dude is sweet. He's a sweetie. And he's a gentleman.
Yeah, he's
a
gonna
gentleman.
make sure you get breakfast.
Yes, he's a gentleman. He would attempt to cook you breakfast in the morning. It
Attempt.
might not be good, but he would attempt it. He would try, and that's what counts. We can work on
That
it.
counts. That counts. It does count. The effort counts. The bar is really in hell, but he would try.
He would. He would.
All right.
The bar is in hell just
I
like
will-
him.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why do you think
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was just...
I'm sorry.
Chika.
Well,
What'd you bring?
well, guys, when I was growing up, this all connects. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a librarian, but then I also wanted to be a dictator, and that sort of goes into my choice. So, the ultimate One Piece boyfriend, for me, is Crocodile, aka Captain Hook. Shout out to Meg the Stallion. Yes. So, first off, boyfriend inciting incident. I don't even feel like when he first appeared, okay, he had the inky black hair. Okay, the stitches across his face. I know what I'd do to the stitches across his face, but that's another time. Okay, I won't go too far. Okay, and he's smoking his big cigar. Like, I've been in tune with this man since Alabasta. And the fact that he has the deepest of voices, come on. Like,
He sure is.
type. Just big on type, okay? And what I like about him is the fact that he's kind of gray. Especially now, he's gray. But he was bad. And as a grown adult woman, listen, I know people like to say, I could fix him. I could change him. I don't want to change him. I want him to be exactly the way that he is, okay? I like that.
Snaps.
So when it comes to the ideal first date, okay, after destroying all of my enemies, he's going to take me to dinner, right? All you can eat because he can scare the kitchen into doing and creating whatever I want. So just all I can eat type of buffet, first class, like food, wine, the ambiance. I mean, if you ignore the people that are scared, the ambiance will just be top tier, stars in the sky. Okay? And he'll also give me money. And I like that. I like money. I like direct deposits. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a direct deposit,
know
but
that?
I'll get like jewels and stuff. Like necklaces, gold, treasure maps. Okay? Planning out world destruction, possibly, maybe, I don't know. But I think that would be the ideal first date for me. But yeah. So Crocodile. Mm-hmm.
And the other, and after the date.
Oh, right. So can he do the Captain Hook? Okay, of course he can do the do. All right. Now, when it comes to his special powers, see, sand, like, I think think it would work for me. I think it could still work for me. You know, don't shake your head. It would work for me. It would work for anybody. And the reason why I say that is because, like, he can literally create whatever I want, whatever shape I want. He doesn't even have to be in the same room as me, guys. Like, that is amazing. That is amazing.
But
like,
Chika, it's sand. It's sand, Chika.
Not to directly quote Anakin Skywalker, but it is coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
I mean, it gets everywhere. So the glitter gets everywhere. I mean, to begin with, though, Marianne, at least he's still here. He's still here, Marianne. My boyfriend didn't cheat on me. All right, he was in jail. And
so was mine.
He's
Because he has daddy issues.
And
they were neighbors. They were like right across from each other.
That's
right.
true.
I mean, they were neighbors, but then also he came and helped your boyfriend too. That's what my boyfriend did.
That was kind
That's
of him
fair.
and one of his few good deeds.
Yeah, big facts. It's like he could be good to your boyfriend. He can be good to me. So I feel like when it comes to doing the do, I will be perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah.
Fine,
I
Grit.
repeat to you, but I'm different. Okay. Now this is actually opening up our question segment where those of us just because I got a
You're
question.
gonna have that sandpaper
immediately. Just immediately open up the questions.
Sand can
but,
laugh on the beach.
Those of us who are voting this round, feel free to ask questions. And I'm gonna just kick off real fast. Chika, do you believe that the positives of doing it with Crocodile are enough to outweigh the copious amounts of beach sand getting everywhere? Because I've been on a beach, Chika. Like, it's not fun when I'm just trying to swim, let alone do anything else.
I've been on a beach.
It would
I've
get
been
under
on
your
a beach.
fingernails.
Have you
know?
have you been on a
I mean,
beach though?
The thing is,
that feels bad.
listen, y'all, like, let's not forget Crocodile's expertise, okay? He can bring the sand and he can take away the sand. So when the time is going around, I feel like I'm still gonna get mine. And that's the most important thing to me.
You don't think that in the process he might lose control in the presence of a super soaker and be down and out for the count?
I mean,
and then she'll be angry
it
and
hasn't worked
wet.
so well for me.
I mean,
Flip side, do we also not think that Ace is also going to lose? I just think both of these, you're playing a dangerous game.
You're playing with fire.
You're not
It's
wrong.
a dangerous game in many
listen.
areas.
Listen, and like that, and that's the thing too, because you know sometimes like the danger is what makes things fun. Okay, so for me,
Alright.
like the sand would not get to me like that because I know that my man has control. He has control, and even if he's in the presence of me and my super soaker, he will be perfectly fine. Perfectly.
Tough
I like
saying that.
Mind you,
Chika.
Super soaker.
Okay,
mind you.
I have questions for the both of you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay, all right.
Chika, mind me what?
Mind you, okay, I can do the deed with mine, okay? This is you should ask Marianne, because that's a more rough question. What you gonna do with grass? Grass?
Ah!
Come on.
Oh,
Look.
okay.
look.
Well, you know.
You could get arrested.
We're
You could get arrested for
in
that.
a pre. Whoa.
I'm pretty sure.
in a
the
pre-time skip
assumption.
world.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
pre-time
live
skip.
outside of time.
Never mind.
We live outside of time.
This is them in their prime, not
This is
post.
them in their prime.
Yeah.
In their
Nobody's
prime.
been to Duncan. It's fine.
Nobody's been to Duncan. How do you both reconcile with the fact that they definitely have they've got someone on every island. You are not going to be their number one. case in point, Ace has got that cop that's always following him around, and then his crew.
What if I am Iska?
And then, like,
what if I am that cop?
Depending on who you ask, half of Luffy's crew, and then he's got that hot older man, and then, you know, for Crocodile, Nico Robin, and then, like, I mean, we've all seen the Cross Guild. So how do you
he's
reconcile...
fucking Mihawk dirty.
I was gonna say, how do you compete with Clown? I can't say the next word, but how do you compete with Marco or Buggy? What if one day they say, honey, I'm sorry, I need the cloaca? Everybody on the call just groaned. Anyway, that's a serious question.
No.
I was going to let Marianne go first.
Are we just going to ignore the cloaca?
They're both speechless.
I was going to say I'm not a jealous woman, but I kind of am. I'll be honest. I sure am. I would like to think that Ace, being a gentleman, he would not actually be that kind of guy. And if he were, then he would end things prior to it being a full-blown issue. So there would be a mutual, respectful disembarkment, as it were, rather than it being like, oh, yeah, he's for sure cheating. Now, does he for sure have a bunch of people who at least have crushes on him that I maybe need to talk to him about because he might not be aware of it? Yes. But I'm not, I don't feel like, I feel like Ace is oblivious and would not on purpose do that. Can't say the same for our Sandy man here. Just saying.
I'm every woman. It's all in me.
So if he gives you enough jewels, it's okay. You don't mind him running off with the dish and the spoon?
Listen, those girls, first of all, like, him being with me, I literally said at the start of this that it's like I wanted to at one point be a dictator. Like, they're not safe. Like, it's gonna be me at the end. Okay, like,
okay.
Yeah, but Mihawk has a bounty, Chika.
Who? Me? Okay. Okay. And Crocodile fought him too. He fought him too.
Different definition of the word dictator, I think.
Wayo.
Right, but I'll be out. Let me not go too far. I won't go too far.
Chika. Chika, question for you.
Okay.
Chika's doing the most work.
Okay, Ken.
Chika, does the hook stay on during, or do you make him take it off?
Oh, God.
Listen, the type of girl I am, I would not mind whether it was on or off. Okay. A little bit of fear don't mind scare me.
Not to argue for you, but theoretically, if you could take the hook off, you could put something else in place. If you wanted to get creative.
I just don't know if the hook comes off at all. Like, do they ever
true.
confirm that the hook is removable? Or
Well,
does he just have that shit fused?
Here's the thing. The reason I would say that it is only because he wears some tight-fitting shirts sometimes, and there's no way he's getting those on over that.
I know, because I help.
Extremely fair.
Yeah.
Extremely fair. Okay. All right. Chica's got, like, her mob wife arc completely planned out.
Yes.
Like, we're operating on... It's not a matter of when. It's not if, it's when.
Yes.
More power to
Kirsten,
him.
do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Him.
I mean, I feel like my boringness and mundanity, like, I'm stuck on the cigar breath. Like,
Yeah, he would stink. God, imagine kissing that. Yuck.
You think your man don't
say that
stink?
Ace probably needs to...
I know
he needs to bathe.
Yeah.
I know he needs
I would
to bathe.
take cigar over BO.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would.
No, I would take B.O. over cigar every day.
Here's the thing. Theoretically, if you are attracted to him, you are also attracted to his scent. So, yes, BO is a thing, but it wouldn't necessarily be as bad for you because pheromones and yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
Whatever.
That's probably the
works
horniest
for
thing
you.
we've said so far.
I know. As an asexual, that is the horniest thing I've said. But yes.
No,
I'm ready to vote.
I'm not scared.
I'm ready to vote.
The smell doesn't.
I
Okay, it's fine with me. I'm good. Okay.
Smoking
zaddy,
sand. Ugh.
big zaddy energy.
Big sandy energy.
You know what? I'm gonna whip one more question out for Marianne.
Okay.
What is the vibe? Because I know that Crocodile kind of has different circles of allies and such. Ace was a white beard truther all the way to the end. Do you think that would be weird in a relationship, or do you think that that would be a good support system for
I think
you
that'd
guys
be
to have moving forward as a
think
committed couple?
I think that'd be fine. I'm not necessarily into the whole dictator thing. I'm not necessarily into somebody whose goal is to be king of the world or anything like that. So I'm fine if he's got somebody he supports. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
I don't have much ambition, if I'm being honest. And if he's got a little less ambition because he's supporting somebody else, that's good. That just means he's a loyal, he's a good boy. I would have to maybe say, like, I'm not saying he has to choose necessarily, but like, you know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Is if he's going to prioritize Whitebeard over me, that could be a problem. That's what we're getting at. But
if he brought you home to meet his family, then you guys would probably...
Oh, that'd be fine.
You could have like a polite family meeting. Like,
yeah, I
it
think
would be
so.
Not like weird.
I don't
Okay.
think it would be weird at all.
That's worth considering.
I'm friendly. I like meeting people's families. We're chill. We chat. It's cool. If Ace likes him, I'll probably like him too. I don't know that I like that one dude who never sleeps in the corner, but you know, other than that.
All right. I'm kind of torn, but I'll cast my vote just based on my first thought.
Yeah.
Kirsten, you're good to vote?
I'm good to vote.
All right. So all in favor of Ace, say aye.
I don't think that'll work. I
Aye.
think you just got to ask us separately.
Okay, fine, then fuck it. I'll ask you all separately. Vero, who are you voting for?
Crocodile.
Okay, Kirsten, who are you voting for?
Voting for Ace, but Chika, look, I didn't come in thinking that I would be talked into finding Crocodile attractive, so I gotta congratulate Chika for that. Good fight. But Ace.
All right, Ken?
Ace, hands down.
Oh, I'm voting Crocodile.
Oh, shit.
So tragically, it's time for our tiebreaker, everybody. Now, unfortunately, it is a little bit skewed in one direction, but Chika has a very important choice to make because our tiebreaker round is pre-time skip or post. So there are no caveats. There's not, oh, I like pre-time skip, but like a later design is also really nice. No. You got to ice either pre-time skip design out or post-time skip design out. So that will be our final round to help us make any additional judgment calls, and we're going to have to vote based on their arguments for pre or post. So
Pre-time skip.
What's that?
Yeah, Marianne, why would you pick any deep thoughts about why that's
Not into necrophilia.
That's fair.
Also,
That's fair. Good
Sabo's
call.
really nice, but I like Ace better.
Sabo looks like a bug.
He
has bug eyes. And he
is
wears a
post-time
top hat.
Skip Ace. Look, I get it, but no.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I was just
Pre.
about to make that joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Chika, are we going with full Gorillas design or are we going post?
Post time skip for me, which I know might surprise some people, but the reason why I say post time skip is because that's how people are able to take in the type of person that Crocodile is, because in the beginning we're introduced to him and he's this calculating, villainous person that has to have his way and is trying to like take over this area. But then post time skip, you get to see that there is so much more nuance to who he is as a person. And then especially during Marineford, like when he is clearly like hates Whitebeard, but he's still helping during the war. He's making sure that Luffy doesn't get hurt, so he like stopped Mihawk. He was the one that got Jinbei and Luffy away from that evil lava man. So to me, I just
Yeah, but that's
that's
pre
pre-time skip.
That's
pre?
pre-time skip, Chica.
wait, that's pre.
That's pre.
That's pre.
That's all
That's
pre.
pre.
That's not post.
That's pre.
I thought pre
baby.
was wait.
That's
It's
not
a
post.
rainboard.
Wait,
What?
what?
happened to Salon? What are you talking about?
I was confused.
That ain't post Raleigh.
Chica was thinking, and okay, pre-time skip then because then you get to see how he is as a like that's what I was getting into anyway. Like the
You
type
get
of
the full. You get the full scope of evil dictator and kind of okay guy.
Okay, all right. Nope, that's fair.
in a way,
That's
in
fair.
a sense, yeah, and he did
In a sense.
what your boyfriend couldn't do.
Which is survive Marineford.
Yeah,
Look.
This got dirty. real
because
fast.
why didn't he move out of the way? Why didn't he use that? Oh, I'm quick and fast to
he
push
did
him
it
against
to
the ice
protect his brother. He did it to protect
by
his
becoming
brother.
a donut.
Look,
He could have
He
just
did it
pushed
to
him to the
protect
side
his
and got
baby
lava
brother.
singed, not lava ploded. Yeah.
no.
Ken's face is
If he had
red
moved
right
to
now.
the side, Luffy would have been burnt tires. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah, the manga's over then, Chica.
He would no. I'm saying that he would have got like he could have pushed Luffy. You see what I'm? He could have pushed him with that speed. He didn't have to be like I'm gonna be in front of you because what did you think was
Look,
gonna happen
in life or
when you
death
put yourself in front of
situations-
lava?
He's fire. He thought he could take it. He couldn't, and he learned the hard way. But also, or
He learned the hot way?
Yeah.
Literally got cooked. Okay.
Look,
He got
yeah, he did, but he did that out of love. He did that out of love. Would your man do that for you?
He still saved the brother that you were talking about. So yeah, I'm sure he could save me too. And don't
But would
underestimate me
he
because
in
I
a
could
life
save.
or death situation? Would he in a life or death situation? His life or yours? Would he?
Would he be underestimating my abilities?
Ooh, fuck.
Because do you think I would be put in some life or death situation and be waiting on a Sandman to come save me when I could probably save myself?
Probably.
Look,
That's fair.
that's nice. And Luffy normally could save himself too, but I'm just saying, if put in the life or death situation, there are no other options. It's either him or you. You think he's going to give himself up for you?
Well, I mean, seeing he could be a kind man, that's something we would have to determine if I was in that situation. All I know is that
that's
my
true.
man's still here. My man is still here.
That's true.
Yeah, because he didn't put himself in front of someone else's fist for anybody, Chica.
Right,
He fucking
but
ran
he's-
like a bitch.
but-
Are we ready to vote again?
We gotta vote.
Okay.
Vero, has your vote changed? Croc or Ace?
You know, I gotta go with Ace now. I was like, yeah, Crocodile would actually leave me for dead, and I don't need that. Chica,
right,
I'm sorry.
Kirsten,
I
Jen.
gotta stay Ace.
you gotta stay Ace. Ken,
I'm staying Ace.
we're staying Ace. Right, well, it's already a majority. Chica, I am a Croc truther just like you, but I will say that he would leave me to die on the street, so just based on this argument, I gotta go with Ace.
That's fine.
Damn.
That's
God damn.
More for Chica.
right. More for
More
me.
for Chica.
You can take him. You can take him and all his sand that gets everywhere. You will have the smoothest innards of everyone here.
Right, and I was going to take his grandfather too, Garp. I was going to take his guardian.
No.
I was going to take his guardian Garp. I was going to take Loki. Shout out to Loki if y'all been reading. I was going to actually
fair.
also take Katakuri, because he likes to eat donuts too. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So
Well, there's no time. There's no time
What
for
that
regret,
Ma do.
Chica.
no
What
regret.
the Ma do? I did also briefly consider Katakuri, but it's been a while since I read Whole Cake. That being said, God bless him. That bro sure do eat donuts. Okay, so in that case, Marianne will be moving on to our next round. But before we get there, we're going to be moving to our second round in this first bracket, which is Ken versus me.
Oh,
so
boy.
Ken, do you want to start or shall I start?
What do you think? How you feeling?
I want to
don't
hear
care.
Ken first.
You want to hear me first?
I want to hear Ken first. Ken, because I know how much Ken has thought about this specifically, even for his late arrival on the show. So take it away, Ken.
You're not wrong about that. Now, there's no questioning how I feel about Yamato. I make it explicitly clear on the podcast, on social media. Everyone knows my borderline obsession with Yamato. And I know Yamato sparks a whole bunch of issues with people online. Well, they can go fuck themselves, because I love Yamato no matter what. You can't tell me anything or say anything or discredit my love for this 8'8" tall, glorious man. What?
Yeah.
That's his exact height.
I love it.
I know the number specifically.
Well, I just know that he's exactly double Luffy's height, so it's really easy that way. Which that
Okay.
alone is hello. But what's the first thing? It's when you first like fell in love with them, or when you first like boyfriend material.
Oh yeah, inciting incident. When did it start?
Like, if you want to go all the way back to like even before Yamato revealed themselves fully, like just the fact that he was able to pick up Luffy like a little toy under his arm and carry him off. Any boyfriend, like we were talking about Katakuri a minute ago, any guy or boyfriend or partner, whatever you want to call it, can just lift you up as if you are nothing, as if you were a toy in their hand to do with your body as they please. That's already a huge, like,
A huge
amazing right
win.
there.
Yes.
a huge win. Thank you, Chika. It's like that alone right there. I was like, okay, I'm already kind of feeling this character. The fact that they're taking our main protagonist and just, all right, you're coming with me to do as what they please. And then Yamato's full reveal. The muscles, the horns, the arms, like everything about Yamato's physical appearance is just ideal in every which way, shape, or form. I'm also a huge fan of just like white long hair in general, which Yamato has. He has the muscles, he has the arms. Like he rips off the clothing just to like show off like his body. Like he knows what he's about. He's about showing off his power, and that's hugely enticing for me. So I think that first appearance of Yamato was everything.
All right, what's that date looking like?
If I could do a date, I want to show off my boyfriend's power. Like, I want to take Yamato, like, axe throwing or something, or, like, somewhere where I can, like, show him off to people. Like, Yamato can just be off, like, throwing axes and fucking destroying walls. I'm just looking at everyone else around the building like, yeah, look at that. That's my boyfriend doing that. I want Yamato's power on full display to show off. I want to show, like, this is my man. He's big. He's strong. Like, look at him destroying things. Because Yamato has spent years just honing their power and perfecting all their strength, and God, it's just such a it's so good. It's so good. And then after axe throwing, Yamato hates spicy food, which kills me personally because I love spicy food. Like Yamato's least favorite foods are like wasabi and stuff like that, which hurts me. But Yamato loves raw salmon, so we probably got for sushi afterwards, something like that, for the date portion.
And vibe check on later? Though you've kind of gotten into it already in terms of what the expectation is.
Well, yeah. So Yamato, again, like, I would expect Yamato to have full control in the bedroom. There's no, like, doubt about that. The devil powers, though, bring a lot into the mix. Because Yamato's power, it's essentially a wolf fruit and an ice fruit. Those are the two things. The ice part, I can't imagine how the ice part would play in the bedroom per
Use
se.
your imagination.
No, I can, but it's like getting it's like getting your tongue stuck to a pole in the winter. I don't want to think about that at all.
But
like,
he's also got the fur to keep
run
you warm.
Yeah, well, that's
true. That's true.
Well, that's the thing. In terms of like the aftercare and whatnot, Yamato, like if they transform into their full like dog form, it's like I have a dog that keeps me warm. Like having a dog in the bed is the warmest thing. That's great. But then the other time Yamato is just using ice power, like it's hot and cold, which I know is a huge appeal in a lot of the more X-rated stuff out there. So that's probably a huge appeal.
Temperature regulation is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about hypothermia?
Hypothermia is definitely, again, that's the thing. I don't want to mess with the ice too much. I feel like the ice is so dangerous. Like Chika's whole thing with the sand was problematic, but the ice is a whole other issue. I feel like.
I mean,
Is there the risk? Is there the risk of you getting so cold that you have to cut Yamato open and climb into him for warmth like a tauntaun because he's frozen you like?
I'm not cutting open my hot boyfriend. Don't do that to me.
You guys can't cut open Yamato.
No, you
Here's
can't do
the
that.
thing, though. Yamato could just turn back into his regular form, and then he got some nice warm pillows that you can warm yourself up between. I'm just
That's
saying.
a good point.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Control yourself.
Control yourself!
But I think just to get off the ice for a minute, just go into like the pure like we've all seen Beauty and the Beast. I think we can all agree that the Beast is hotter than Adam, and like if Yamato taps into that full like wolf, that like primal, that like that is like
You want the wolf.
I want the wolf, absolutely.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
And Yamato
Wait.
has the horns too. What more could you want? You could grab
Wait,
onto those things for support.
Handlebars.
Thank
Beast's
you.
name is
Thank you.
Adam?
Prince.
I
Is it,
know.
Don't, Kirsten, or Steve is gonna add us so fucking hard if we start getting into Beauty and the Beast minutia. We can't summon this on ourselves.
Wait, it really
We've
is
had
Adam?
this conversation before.
Yeah, his
No,
name.
it's not. It's vaguely canon. I can't. If I don't say something, Steve will legitimately yell at me.
Steve, we can talk later, buddy. Don't worry.
Steve, it's a,
I'm
for
going
once,
to be thinking
He's
about
not
that
here
for the
right now.
rest of the
I know
day.
he's not here to
Anyway.
protect me.
Whatever makes him more mad is right.
So need I say more, or have I made my point pretty clear?
No, I think you've covered all your bases.
All
man.
right.
That's a sound argument.
All right, Delaney, let's see
and
what you got.
I'm a little scared to follow it,
Bring
but
it.
I think that I got some stuff in the tank. Speaking of tanks, I've chosen the baddie with the body, the superest sweetie on the Straw Hat crew. I'm fighting for Cunty Flam himself, Frankie.
Not
no-
actually. That was pretty good.
Nah. I just stole your joke and repackaged
Thank
it. Super, baby! So, it was weird because when I started One Piece, I kind of thought that the character I would like the least in the Straw Hat crew in terms of, like, later editions was Frankie, but I think, like, anybody who read Water 7 / Enna's Lobby can agree, it's like, alright, I mean, maybe it's just piggybacking off of Robin's really great material there, which is a whole other thing. But I think because I live so vicariously through Robin, like as a goal for myself, seeing that relationship develop when they're on the train on the way to Ennis Lobby, and like, you know, everyone deserves to live, like no one doesn't deserve to be alive. That was a good one. I think the actual moment is when they're tied up at the gates of Ennis Lobby, and Frankie bites Spandam in the face for being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that shows me? That shows me commitment. That shows me instinct. That shows me someone who's got some principles and also doesn't wear pants. So good first impression. Good first impression. I think at that point I was like, all right, this is good. And since they spend a lot of time together, him and Robin, obviously that just fuels the fire a little bit more for me. Ideal first date? I'm thinking somewhere like on the docks of Water 7. He's gonna take you around to every juice joint, because he frequents them all. He knows all the bartenders by name. He's gonna get you the best soda, and take extras to chill in his tummy fridge. Which, you know, that honestly, that thing must be on a rotator, because I swear everything is in Frankie's stomach. And it's gonna continue on with a bike ride on the water side, and by bike ride I mean Frankie will transform into a bike, and we're gonna ride down the we're gonna ride down the coast. We're gonna do a pub crawl, and then we're gonna ride all the way back on a big, beautiful motorcycle. Maybe get something cheap, like a cheap takeout food, and then sit on a bench, like just, you know, talking endlessly about like mechanic when I say talk endlessly, I mean he's just gonna rattle, like info dump mercilessly. It's like, this is what I'm making on the ship. And I'm just like, man, these nachos are great. Just sit there and listen. And, you know, and that nice small bonding experience. And power scaling. I ran into a similar issue as Marianne, as I am also asexual. But I was also told that this section would be fun. And what I will say for Frankie is that in a utilitarian sense, that body can do anything. So in terms of what I need, he's sort of like a multi-tool, where it's like I can be doing as much or as little as I want, and I think that that's something that I can ask to be accommodated for without it being weird. I will say I don't know what the process of I feel like he either really wants to or is just kind of like, nah, I'm busy. I feel like he runs a little bit like, you can't get him mid-work. You can't be like, hey, like, you want to hang out later? It's like, I'm busy fixing the ship, because he's got like, you know, in Peter Pan, when they're like, fairies only have enough room in their brain for one feeling at a time. I feel like he's like that with boats.
Okay.
I feel like that's the Frankie vibe with boats. But like, when you get him there, he's gonna like set the time. He's gonna set aside the time, and he's gonna set you up, and plus ice cold drinks afterwards, which is a pretty big plus in my opinion.
This sounds like a Lana Del Rey song.
Cold ones in the back of the ship. I am also sad. That's my argument. That's Lana. That's not me. Everything makes Lana sad. Anyway, that's my argument. Do we have any questions for me or Ken?
I have a concern.
Okay.
Which is that Frankie's whole front is cyborg and metal, and I am wondering if his screwdriver is included in that.
Right. Do you need a tetanus shot?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I will. You know what? That's a really good concern. I will say that if nothing else, Frankie is a consummate professional as a mechanic. In many other things, he is a fucking weirdo. But, like, if Tom taught him anything, it's the importance of keeping your tools and keeping your ship in ship shape. So if he's doing maintenance down there, I do not believe that Frankie is gonna be, especially now that his body is cyborgified, I think that he's gonna be taking care of it. I think the upkeep is pretty important. So,
in all fairness to Delaney, I think both of our choices are using prosthetics in the front, if that makes sense.
Right, because the next thing,
your activities, yes.
I was gonna say that because I worry about Frankie's circulation with those Speedos, but I think that you have answered the question, Ken. So
okay.
My question in regards to that is, being a guy who's a mechanic, are you sure he would know the correct lubrication to use?
Right.
He knows all about lubricants.
Yes,
Yeah.
but would he be using the ones for humans?
He used to be that's not my job
Oh
to defend
yeah.
him.
Is he
That's a good point. Is that when he was the head of the Frankie family, like he was definitely getting a little nasty with it. So I think he did enough
Those
that
twins.
he knows. Also, those twins. Also, he is over 30, so it's not like trying to negotiate with someone who just figured out what to do with that shit. Where it's like, this is a man with a job.
That's true.
This is a man with
You
experience.
were giving guys a lot of credit. Like, Hugh Hefner, until he died, used baby oil as lubricant. Men are dumb. You were giving men way too much credit. Men are dumb.
Okay, then
Pour
let's
one out
flip
for
this
my
back around.
sisters out there. That's awful.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
All right, let's flip this around on you, Ken. Is Yamato gonna have the upkeep necessary for
Is
whatever
Yamato
he's doing down there?
very
For what?
experienced in such activities? Because I don't foresee him as such.
No, the fact that he was locked on an island as a prisoner for the majority of his life, but he has a lot of time to make up for. That's all I'll say about that.
Well, I was gonna say, Yamato. I mean, Yamato was kind of close with Marianne's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They have the whole fire and ice thing going. I'm so sad we didn't get more of that. That's one of the perfect shipping.
I was going
Right.
to say I could have shipped it.
Ken is so in love he forgot about himself for a minute there.
Listen.
We want to see steam. Oda.
Any other questions, or should we get down to voting?
I'm ready to vote.
Okay.
All right.
Any other?
Vera, who are you
other
voting
questions?
My vote is for the Tin Man. Shocking. Ken, your face, I'm sorry. I if you'd asked me 6 months ago, but something has awoken. I don't know.
You
something
like
something about a guy who can turn into whatever.
Listen, the build-a-boyfriend...
Multi-tool!
The build-a-boyfriend aspect is definitely the most appealing. The fact that he can be whatever you want him to be. And not only
Yeah.
that, he will make himself that for you because he has the tools to do that, but I expected
Yes.
more.
I'm sorry. Yamato I love not for myself, but for others.
I understand. I
That's-
perfectly
so
understand.
my vote is for Frankie.
Okay.
Chika?
Okay, so before I chose Crocodile, actually, Ace was also my husband. And so I kind of don't really like that the ship sort of happened, and I don't want Ken to get frostbite, so I'm going with Frankie. I vote Frankie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think Ken should be around long, and I don't know if the dog warmth, it might help, but it's like, is it enough to save all of your limbs? I don't know that. So yeah.
It'll
I
be
think you
alright.
just don't want the home wrecker. I see what's actually happening.
Chika has a bias. I demand a recount.
This is an honor killing.
Marianne?
This is a really, really hard one, in my opinion. See, both arguments were good, but I feel like you won me over for Frankie.
Ooh!
Sorry.
Well, that's super. Kirsten, what was your vote going to be?
So I'm having a tiny crisis over here because Yamato is one of my favorite characters in all of One Piece. But Yamato is my favorite character in all of One Piece because I see a lot of myself in Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can't date Yamato because that feels sort of weird. Like, I want to be Yamato's very best friend. But also, like, voting against
I feel that
Yamato
too.
as a fan feels kind of sacrilege.
For the listeners at home, Ken is clutching his Yamato pops like he's about to hear the results of American Idol. Look! He's riding on everything.
Damn.
I've got one too, Ken!
Ken, listen, all this means more for you. You're a real lover. You're fucking holding it down.
I get
That's
it.
your man.
Believe me, I get it. It still hurts, but I get it.
Ken, I will say your date was better than mine because axe throwing is like 100% the shit you bring Yamato to. That's like a
so
perfect
cool.
date.
It's been awesome.
Mhm. Axe throwing at pictures of his dad.
Yeah,
I didn't even bring up the daddy issues. That could have been a whole other segment. God damn it.
I'm too old for daddy issues.
I'm too old for this. He's not thinking about that. He's like a 13-year-old boy who just got mozzarella sticks for the first time. He's too excited for daddy issues, and that's why we love him.
Okay, Delaney, what does this mean? What are we moving on to next?
Right, so this is the end of our first round. So that is me and Marianne moving on. Marianne will be going up against Vero in our second round.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm assuming
So
Marianne
lock
doesn't
in.
have to remake the argument. It's just me, and then we keep in consideration of Ace, right?
Yeah,
Or-
if you want to refresh any arguments, just feel free to ask. But yeah, Vero, it's mostly on you.
Okay. I've got a real shocker for everybody. No one could possibly know who I am bringing to the table as my ideal One Piece boyfriend. I rotated through my list of like other guys that I would want And I even, here's the thing, I even considered bringing Luffy to the table, but I knew in a crowd full of asexuals, I was not winning. I came to win. If you gave me enough hours in the day, I could make an argument for Luffy, but that's not what I'm here today. I'm here to talk about Sanji with everybody today. Okay, well, listen, I would be time skip Luffy,
Baby
and
boy.
you saw how he looked in prison in Wano. I don't know what listen, I'm not here to argue it now. I'm here to talk about Sanji. So anyway, Delaney, remind me what I'm supposed to be besides just being like, look at him. What do I lead me here?
Inciting incident. When'd you start finding him hot?
Okay, I mean, when is he not? So the funny thing is, as I actually didn't really like Sanji that much the first time I read through One Piece. I was into him, and then like the whole simpy thing, I was like, and then like Thriller Bark, we've got some work to do. And I stayed pretty mad at him for a while, and I overlooked any redeeming qualities. And then we got to Whole Cake Island, and I was like, Jesus God. It was like SpongeBob looking at Squidward, and he's like, you like Krabby Patties, don't you? It was all over. So when did I fall for Sanji? Many times across a span of lifetimes. And who wouldn't, looking at that beautiful, beautiful man? He's cute and he's charming at Baratier. He's, every failing he has is not his fault. It's Oda's fault. And we all have to keep this in mind. A man who thinks that like penis jokes and all of it.
Remember, Jesus didn't make him this way. Oda did.
And Sanji at his core, he's a real lover. But in your mind, when you're picturing just this adorable man, I want you to hold Whole Cake Island Sanji in your mind. He's got even his little cape, or like in Wano, and his hair gets a little wet, and it's got that wave because like his mother's genes are really showing, and he's got that little like he's really coming into himself. When do we not love Sanji? When he's slaving over the stovetop for you, or when he's the first one to rise in the morning, or when he's happily going to put himself in danger for you, for his captain, boyfriend, whatever. When he's just even in the worst situation where he's like, damn, I'd rather kill myself than be with my family again. He's like, but I'm going to take care of my wife, who I don't even know that well. But, and he has a little Power Ranger suit. That actually does nothing for me, but I think it does for some people. Whatever. So,
Vero, do you remember like within the past week when I pitched this idea and you said it would be hard to fight for Sanji? I just want to bring that up.
I think that I think the odds would be stacked against me because people want to remember Sanji's cons, but Sanji has his pros and he's a professional at the matters of the heart. Also, I've been thinking about Emmerich Valkaren for the last 3 weeks of my life. So,
there it is.
Yes.
There it is.
It is what it is. Now, first date with Sanji, it's not, listen, I don't actually have to think about that because he has 10 million first dates planned already, because every date with Sanji feels like a first date because he's that kind of lover. He's a real fucking yearner. But obviously, he's going to take me to the Baratier. Because if we've already gotten to a first date, he already knows that we're getting married, and he's got to take me to meet his dad, right? He's going to take me to the Baratier. He's going to pick out the menu. He's going to insist that he won't get in the kitchen because I'm going to be like, honey, it's a date for the both of us. But they're going to bring out some shitty soup with a fly in it, and he's going to be like, I got to go back there right now. And he's going to go cook for me, and it's going to be adorable, and he's going to kick all the other customers out. He'll be nice to the ladies, but, he's got one lady right now. And then I get to watch his childhood friends and father, beat up on him a little bit, have a little fight, a little teasing. I think that's adorable. And then a lot of hand holding. Listen, a first date is taking it slow, because he's read many 12-step how to romance girls books in his life, and they say, you know, you could maybe try to go in for a kiss on the first one, but only if you're a slut. And he might be. Who knows? He doesn't know yet, but he's going to learn, because we are also assuming here that Sanji gets zero play. He's so eager and so excited, because besides being in an arranged marriage once, he's really got nothing else going for him. And he didn't have to put the effort in to get the arranged marriage. But even when somebody is set to kill him at their wedding, he's still so charming that they can't even help themselves. Why is Sanji appealing to me? Well, for, again, a real yearner, a real lover. Remember that time that he said you should kill yourself for Nami? I need a guy who's bringing that kind of energy to the table for anyone who would have like remotely wronged me. He's dashing and he can cook. He's a total sweetheart. What? Oh, I thought I heard
sex.
Oh, well, the sex, you know, oh, sorry. No, I was going to say, if I asked Sanji to sit on the ground and bark for me, he would. And that is my segue into sex. He's a selfless lover. Like, that's, we know this. He might be a little, there's probably a learning curve, but I believe it's a quick learning curve. Now, circling back to, we talked about Ace before, and there is no devil fruit for me to feel afraid of. This is all flesh and blood, but with the ability to keep me nice and warm, you know, if he gets a little excited. And I think if he's so passionate that he can set his fucking body on fire, he is going to bring the passion between the sheets. He's going to be like, you know what? I totally burnt those onions I made earlier. We won't focus on me for 2 whole weeks. It's just you 10 times a night. And that's it. And that's okay. Delaney, you look like you're about to fucking have a stroke. Anyone? Yeah. So what I'm saying is he's the ideal boyfriend. He's a cutie patootie. He's handsome. He dresses well most of the time, minus those Crocs and that one outfit. But you can't be a winner every time. He'd bring you flowers every day. He'd defend your honor. You could get if you want a guy that's a little angsty, you know, he brings the daddy issues. He would definitely, like, if you ever in the bedroom tried to utter the word daddy, he would, you know, cry for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours and be like, you think I'm like my father? And I'm like, no, honey, like the other one. But besides that, it's okay. And that's my argument.
All right. Well, since obviously it's been a sec since Marianne had her segment, you do get an opportunity to bring back any arguments that you had or offer any counter arguments before we start getting into our debate.
Look, okay, I too am a Sanji lover, but as I said before, of my 3 husbandos, I pick Ace. And the reason for that is, while I do love Sanji, he'd make you a great meal. He does know how to dress. He is so much. He smells terrible of all this because of all the cigarettes.
Absolutely not. He's one of the only Straw Hats that bathes.
He does bathe.
I don't mind a little cigarette smell. Okay, let me put that one out there. It can be a little sexy. He rolls his own.
If you like that, that's fine. Me personally, that's a huge major. Absolutely not. He also would be madly, desperately in love with you, but then also madly, desperately in love with every other lady that comes across his path. And
I disagree.
I
think once you lock that down, he's just yearning for love, and if you can lock that down, he's locking it down. Like, that's it.
I'd love to think that that's true. I really would.
Also, I'm not jealous. We could bring a third in if he really needed it, but he wouldn't.
I feel like it's like that one Pokemon song, a one woman man's what I want to be, but there's 2, no 3, no 4 perfect girls for me. You know, it's just that's Sanji, and that's like the biggest thing. If you could, I think with time you could make him work, but it would take time. You would need to get him to the point. You would have to work on him to get him to the point.
And here's the thing.
Yes.
Sanji and I, we have time because he's not dead.
Why does everyone keep saying this?
Because he's dead. He's so dead. He's super dead.
No, we're outside of time. We're in a hypothetical. We're here for a good time, not a long time. It's fine.
The flames that burn the brightest often burn out the fastest. Also, hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. You're talking about Sanji and his passion and his hot feet. How does that smell?
Like crackling coal, like a beautiful fire, like
a beautiful
he bathes.
Hot foot smell.
I don't. Well, if we're making that argument, then Ace also smells like hot feet.
Exactly.
Well, on top of hot feet, it also has the smell of burning rubber from the shoes.
That is true.
That's actually.
I have questions for Oda about that, but that's not a today question. Is how does his
show me his thighs?
Yes.
Oh,
burn your pants off.
So true.
Yeah, well, okay, so...
Also, Sanji definitely canonically has body hair, and Ace is like a smooth seal, so...
I prefer that, but that's me. We don't know. Maybe he's got furry thighs, and we just never see those.
He is his daddy's son.
It could be one of those where, you take off the trousers, and it's basically like you never took anything off. That's just where all the hair is.
Oh,
all right,
Jesus,
Marianne, I gotta ask. Can you remind me what? Just sort of sum up your date for me again.
Oh, my date was going to Sabaody and nibbling our way through the the food stalls, and then going on the capping it off by going on the Ferris wheel.
Okay, all right. That's a strong competitor for Baratier luxury meal. I do love a food stall.
I have a random argument.
That actually is really hard.
Not really an argument, but a thought, and it might help Vero a little bit.
Okay,
just a little.
Sure.
Bit. Okay,
I'll take a bone.
So Ace, right? So we all know because Oda did this, and when Ace, I will say it, when Ace was gone, I rage quit for 2 years before I came back. But Ace, when he was born, right? He was in his mama for 2 years.
Yeah.
So wouldn't he have trauma in relation to them type of parts because he was stuck up in there?
Hey, that's fine for me.
For 2 years.
That's fine for me personally.
True.
Maybe not for other people.
True.
But for me, that's fine.
It would work for you.
Because
yeah,
it would work for me. Because that's not a high priority in relationships for me personally. But I understand that in general that could be maybe. But we also don't know that that's a thing. That is hypothetical.
It's like trauma,
that is
like
conjecture.
You're a whole person.
It's very funny to me that in these pairings we've accidentally put up Ace and Sanji, who basically have the same sort of broad strokes backstory where it's a lot of girls on every island, weird birth trauma, mommy issues, daddy issues, very good at cooking, fire powers.
I will say if you smushed those two characters together and you took out Sanji's simping and you put in Ace's style, that would be my ideal boyfriend. But
the boyfriend chimera.
Yes.
Now, I know that Sanji didn't know about this, okay? He didn't realize that he was eating his daddy's leg, right? He was eating Zeph's, leg.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that bother you a little bit? Every time you saw Zeph hobble, who?
No, I would know that was a sacrifice made of love and care for another human being, and also a little cannibalism does not disturb me. I like women too.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets, anybody? No?
Huh?
The silence. I'll kill
sometimes
myself.
it's gay to eat another person. Like, sometimes eating another person is just like that. It's fine, you know?
I
You
thought
don't
Zeph
think about it.
ate
I don't want to
Zeph's
yuck your
leg.
yums, but
Zeph did eat his own leg. I don't think Sanji
You're
actually
right.
did that.
Sorry, I
thought
totally
Zeph-
spaced out. That was that. You're right.
Zeph roasted that shit like a ham bone.
He did. I spaced out. He did cannibalism for Sanji. Yes.
yes.
So what
Sanji
if
did not
something
do
went
the
wrong and then they
cannibalizing.
decide to cook you? They know how to do it.
He's Sanji's not. First of all,
Not
that-
Sanji, Zeph.
That's what. First of all, that's what Chopper's for. Second of all, that's not going to happen. What are you talking about? What are you? Sanji would kill himself before letting anything ever happen to me. Don't you dare put that into the universe.
That, I mean, I can't. That's not. Yeah, no,
Not Tony. No.
Thank you for trying to help, but that's not. I don't think that's. No, Sanji.
That's what Chopper's for.
He's
Sanji
a
and Ace
baby.
are both like self-sacrificing
Not my
people. They would not let that happen.
Even
No.
Ken brought out the Funko Pop of Chopper. See?
Oh my god.
Hurt.
Our emergency food supply. Yes. Yeah. It's for me. It boils down to just the fact that Sanji is too simpy, too much. I want a partner in crime. I don't want a sweet baby boy I'm going to be having to take care of because he doesn't know how to say no to me. That's too much to me personally. But if that's your thing, awesome. Just not mine.
So your argument is more like Ace is someone you can have distance with?
Yeah,
Like,
you can be your own
can
person with
get your
Ace.
space.
Yeah, you can be your own person. You don't have to constantly be like, okay, hubby, like, I need a spa day. Like, please go away for a little bit. Like, I'm an introvert, right? So, like,
Mm-hmm.
we can be our own unique people, and not Sanji, I think, would just be way too clingy. Is a lot of what it is. And it's either like he's either being too clingy or he's, falling for other women. Now, even if you're his
I absolutely disagree.
number one. Okay.
Right.
I just think again, if you he's a lover at heart. He loves all women.
Yes.
He's not going to chase tail if he's getting it at home.
I have to agree.
I would be giving him enough.
I don't think he would be cheating on you. It's just that he would be constantly, like, fawning after other women, which I just
And I
feel
would
like
rather
be
have a man
tiresome.
that loves women than a misogynist.
Ooh. Oh.
He could speak so well of every woman that we pass in the street, and I'm not jealous.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, I question with that statement, are you claiming that Ace is a misogynist?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I just mean I'd rather, him be like, wow, these smart, intelligent, beautiful women,
no, you're
than
right.
the opposite.
That's true. That's very true. Like, I love Sanji too, but me personally, I have to pick Ace over Sanji for those
Ken,
reasons.
what's on your mind?
It's really interesting when Sanji is faced with like genuine love. He's usually so oblivious to it. Like back when the girl in Wano with the mouse, Chuji,
Mhm.
Yes.
was all about Sanji. He was like, "Oh, you're nice. I'm doing my job. I'll see you later." Like completely like not realizing that she was like infatuated with him. And even with Pudding, like once like the wedding
Yeah.
ended, like, "Oh, Pudding, I'll help you." When Pudding is literally like dying, like head over heels for Sanji, he's completely oblivious to actual true love. Is
And
always
I
just
think that's a
chasing-
charm point.
You think it's
When
a charm
he
point,
gets
okay.
real, true love, listen, do you know how many Zosan fanfics I've read out here, people? Come
At
on.
least 10,000. I know.
It's earth shattering for him. Sanji,
He needs some fixing, and I think once you fixed him, he'd be good. But he'd need to
Mhm.
get used to.
you
the
can
being
call
in the
me fucking
relationship.
Bob the Builder over here. Yes, we can.
No, that's Frankie.
Bob
Ooh,
the
no,
Builder.
no, that's a ship I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
He needed fixing so bad that like God had to intervene and unfuck his business after Fishman
Oh god,
Island.
yeah, Fishman Island. Sanji was. He went from being. He was my favorite character, and then that happened, and I was like, I cannot deal with this.
It's
This is
okay.
I
obnoxious.
can't fuck that man.
Many men had to have journeys where they left behind being a boy.
And
True.
many pints of blood.
Yep. That's okay. That's the boy. Are we gonna vote? Yes? No? Maybe so?
I think I think I can vote. Is everyone else feeling?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
All right. Chika, let's start with you.
Sanji.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kirsten.
He came in as one of my three husbandos, Sanji.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ken?
Sanji, hands down.
Oh my
Sanji
god!
so much.
I thought you were going to vote against me for voting against Yamato.
No, I love Sanji too much to vote against you.
Ken's not out for revenge. Marianne, I was actually going to vote Ace. I think you got me with the, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what happened.
Please.
Ken mentioning all of the beautiful women that have, like, openly expressed interest in Sanji and him just being like, well, that's nice. Oh, anyway, okay. I think that kind of turned me off, whereas I think Ace is stupid, but not that stupid.
Right.
So I was on Team Ace, but the eyes have it.
I voted
Look,
Sanji.
I get it. I understand. I do get it. He's one of my three for a reason. He was my first because obviously he was the first one who shows up in the series. I liked Sanji before I started watching One Piece, so I get it.
Good.
I get it. I do get it. I understand and I respect it.
I voted Sanji.
I disagree, but minorly.
I voted Sanji because he cheated on me. Well, not he cheated on me. Ace cheated on me because you decided to pick him. And I just couldn't
Chika's
have
got
it.
this all mapped out.
Yes.
I told you I'm asexual.
Asexual. Vera was all worried about Ken doing a backstabbing routine when they really should have been worried about Chika.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chika's dating every single man in the One Piece universe at the same time.
Chika's out for blood,
Chika's
man.
the wild card here.
Yes, I have a harem, and I'm not afraid to announce who's in it.
It's for the girls. It's for the girls. All right, so that'll be Vera moving on to the finals. But before we get there, Kirsten, would you like to bring us into the next round?
Yes.
With your boy.
Who am I? I'm against Frankie. Okay. Well, look. For me, usually love is a thing that takes time. I have to get to know a character for a while, and then it just sort of hits me. For Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, that was not the case. The second that beautiful boy graced my screen, because I watched the anime first, and talked in his silky, silky voice, I was like, hi, hello, be my boyfriend. In your slim little sweatshirt, leaning over the theater seats, cool enough to be just in control, just silky, cool, but sensitive enough that your first mate is a frickin' polar bear. And he is your best friend. So you've got that, like, cool devil-may-care exterior with the assurance just immediately available that there is a sensitive side here. He does care. He will stick up for you. And what a guy. Our first date, I think, would make good usage of his devil fruit. Because with that shit, you can kind of have a first date anywhere. I don't know if Autumn Islands exist, but we're both October babies. So if there was an Autumn Island, I think we would find it. You know, all the trees turning red. Beautiful. We'd get some kind of, like, takeout picnic, because I am under no illusions that Trafalgar Law cooks. So we'd get some kind of takeout, and he'd room me up to the top of, like, a mountain or something. And we would have our beautiful mountain picnic, just hanging out, shooting the shit. We'd go to the highest heights, and then after we were done, we'd go to the deepest depths because he would take me on a ride on his submarine. and we would look at all the fishes and see where things go from there.
And how does it go from there?
Well, let me tell you. This man's awakened devil fruit power involves him, at least in the incarnation we know, sticking a sword through somebody and doing an attack called Shock Willy.
Man.
I rest my case.
I will say the potential of Law's devil fruit is the nastiest of many that have been proposed thus far.
It's off the charts.
It is. He could just make you a room.
One should even say, one should say, you two should get a room.
Get out of here, Delaney. End the call. End the podcast here. Just fuck you.
Look, I'm gonna have to fight after that, genuinely, because that's really good. Any other observations about the sex life of Trafalgar Water Law?
It's hard to tell. I feel like he might be a first date, let's go for it. It could just, he might have that kind of secret passion side, the cool exterior and then beneath the fiery passion. And I think that would be nice.
Okay, so I'll counter argue on a couple beats. First things first, I love a lot of bits. I think that, especially like as we get to know Law keeps it very close to the chest. I'm gonna get so close to saying like blah blah blah, like the Arrested Development bit, so I have to really watch what I say. But I like that Frankie, kind of wears it on his sleeve. I like that it's very, as a neurodivergent person, obviously this is not the same for everybody else, but I appreciate someone who is going to be direct with me, who is gonna use their body language, and I mean that not like in a weird, like a sexy way. I mean literally, you will be able to tell like, this is what I want, this is my gauge level of interest, like XYZ, it's on the table. Whereas I reckon Law would be a bit more reserved and a bit more apprehensive and would take a bit more time. Some people like putting in the time. Some people like the slow burn. Some people are willing to kind of let it trickle out. I personally need a little bit more. I need it to be blunt. I will also say that if you are not interested in having body parts moved around and you kind of want to keep your business where it is, I feel like that's where Frankie comes into play, because he does not give a shit about that. Man is into so many body alterations. That's a hobby for him. It's all about like, and not to imply that it wouldn't be like what you want for Law as well, but it's a tailored experience. I'll say that much. For those of us who don't really want much or need the most. And I can't really fight against Beppo. That's honestly, I will say, like, Frankie, the Frankie
You're admitting defeat, Delaney.
No, I will say that the Frankie gang are ride or die. Like, they're ride or die, and that includes whoever their boss's girlfriend is. Like, that partner is going to be so taken care of. Because, brothers don't forget brothers. That's the Frankie gang motto. You take care of family. You gotta take care of your family.
Your Frankie family.
Your Frankie family. You gotta take care of them. So, and I think that, I mean, the Law Pirates are pretty close, but I don't get, with the exception of maybe Beppo, I don't get the sense of, like, the relationship Law had for that was Corazon. And Corazon is also in the ground. So
daddy issues.
Daddy issues. Everyone's got daddy issues.
Everyone's got them.
Everyone's got them. We're all on equal playing ground when it comes to daddy issues. But I think that Law, being the captain of the crew, doesn't have that same sort of people who are protective of him in the same way because they defer to him more than anything.
I mean, but his entire crew died for him for
yeah. That's true.
His entire crew forfeited themselves for him, and Beppo swam away with him on his back, being like, "No, no." And Beppo's like,
I don't want a man
decided.
that's gonna let other people die.
Ooh.
Well, he didn't want to. He didn't want to. He was flickering out of consciousness.
If you were on
and
that
Beppo
ship,
was
you'd be
like-
dead too.
We don't know they're dead.
Yeah, we don't know they're dead.
We're not feeling good, but we don't know they're dead.
Yeah, we don't know they're dead.
But we don't
They
know
may
that
not be
The
they're
vibes
alive.
are bad, though.
We don't know that.
We don't either. That's true.
Frankie family,
yeah.
definitely alive. Frankie
that's
family is
true.
not dead.
But we know Law and
I mean-
Beppo are. We know at least Beppo's alive because he showed up in the Vegapunk flashback, or in the Vegapunk.
Yes.
So that probably means Law's around too.
Law's floating, but Law's also gotten the shit wigged out of him. So
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
When it comes
But
to
look-
Law, though, I just want to, like, because he has so much angst. Like, are we sure that the passion, like, how much passion could you have with that amount of sadness? Like,
Look, I like angst.
Very
I
true.
like an angsty boy. And I like a boy where you kind of have to work a little bit. You know, it's sort of like I don't think Law is entirely emotionally unavailable, but he has to trust you. And I think the relationship will become all that much stronger for having to slowly come together and slowly trust each other, and you'll have a very deep, long-lasting, beautiful relationship that comes with the added perk of being able to nap on Beppo.
Could Law make your period cramps go away? Because if so, he wins everything.
oh, wait. Wait, yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Listen,
That might be
many
the most compelling
many
argument.
people could do that with the right practice.
Yeah, but he could do it pretty easily, I
yeah,
think.
you can do it pretty easily. Yeah, I've got a creaky shoulder too.
Yeah, he could.
That would be pretty
You know,
good.
we talk about we could fix
Incredible
them. He could
massages.
fix us.
Yeah, incredible
Counterpoint.
massages from Doctor Law.
Counterpoint: Frankie can probably turn into a massage chair.
That's
Yup.
true.
Also
Uh-huh.
True.
What else?
Oh.
and a car.
And a hot water bottle.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, he could make one.
Self-care machine.
Oh, okay.
But
Delaney's
Law-
like, wait. Okay, are we voting?
Does anyone have any other questions? I feel like I'm about to lose this one.
Oh, I've locked in. I know.
I'm locked in. I got my vote.
All right.
All right.
Ken, who are you voting for?
Law.
Chika?
Marianne.
I mean,
As
I
they-
got
Marianne.
it. She's fun for me. I'm the husbando now. No.
Look at me. I'm the husband.
Look at me.
I mean, I'm voting for Law, but again, he's one of my top 3, so I gotta.
Frankie.
Oh, and you know what? I was also going to vote Frankie. We have a tiebreaker here. And in my youth, if you'd asked me 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have
You were
gone
gonna
Law
pick.
all the way. But I've matured. I don't want an emo boy anymore. I need a man,
See,
a
that's-
robot man.
That's fair. That is why Law.
Yeah.
Hold
Law's
you in
not
his
my
hands,
top.
man.
He's not my top boy. He's too emo.
I don't think Law is topping anyone.
Law's on bottom.
Okay, so I guess pre or post time skip, Delaney, this is a big question for you.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Here is the worst thing is that this would have been so easy prior
Without-
to a couple of weeks ago.
I
without
know.
that fucking cowboy outfit.
It's kind of the sexiest he's looked in a minute.
It is genuinely the hottest thing he has ever worn in the goddamn series.
Mhm.
And it's really hard because the problem is that, like, that look is fire, but also he just has not had a lot to do post-time skip, and most of his other looks are crap.
So you're going pre-time skip?
Unfortunately, as much as it kills me, I gotta go pre-time skip because the looks are better, and there is more for Frankie to do.
But
Okay,
Delaney,
and then are we getting pre-time skip drug dealer law or post-time skip
Drug dealer law.
frickin'
Gorilla's
parka law?
Here, let me take you through a journey. So the argument was that against Law is that he's too much of an emo boy, and that pre-time skip look, as much as I love it, sweater and jeans, absolute emo boy energy. Post-time skip Law, you've got like a fucking cape, you've got like that feather boa, you've got like
capes.
that like kind of slutty tank top with just a little bit of his tattoo peeking out.
Also, his Wano look.
Wanna look.
He's got a basket on his head.
Also, I feel like
okay,
I
not
need
that
to
part.
bring up the fact that Law was transformed into a woman, fucking looked hot, and was not freaking out about it either.
Oh, you know what? Delaney, I'm sorry. Delaney,
If I gotta lose on that.
I forgot that Law also makes a sexy lady. But that's not really, he can't do that one on command. I mean, I guess he could. He's the surgery. Has anybody's vote changed? Anyone?
I'm sorry.
Can I see you thinking?
I'm
Delaney, you said
sorry.
you're going with
Chika?
pre-time skip Frankie?
I'm pre.
But he's less customizable than...
He's less customizable, but the look is better.
The look is better.
Like, he didn't start looking good and or doing anything until recently. So unfortunately, he's kind of at a disadvantage, and I have to take the loss of character customization over a good look that also had better writing. Because I think that the Thriller Bark version is actually pretty nice with the belt on and shit like that. He's got the different shirt. So he's a bit more tooled up, but still like a variation on the classics. And if they'd kept doing that instead of his fucking horrible Fishman Island outfit, which it didn't get good until Elbaf. It only just got good.
I'm so torn because I love
15 years.
I love his pre-time skip design so much, and in terms of overall personality, Frankie has a better personality. So you pair that up with the pre-time skip. That's a very that's a pretty solid combination. I'm just trying to get past Law because we have seen the flashbacks how Law is capable of true love and emotion. He doesn't show it to any characters like in the current story. Like the entire story with him and Corazon is enough to
it to you.
He'll show it to me.
He'll show it to you.
Hey now,
He's gonna show you his heart.
and the possibilities of his room powers are also up. Oh my god. Someone else vote. Is anyone else changing their votes?
I don't think anyone's changing it, man. If I'm
The
honest,
boat.
I think that
He built the boat.
Vero's-
The boat.
He built the boat.
That's important.
I'm gonna throw a wild card in here, and I'm going to abstain from voting because I actually can't pick.
No, you can't do that.
No, there will not be a tie. So the three of you can vote again.
But I want to abstain then because I'm having a hard time too now as well.
We
Okay.
all
Well, then
live in
fuck
a
me.
yellow submarine. Yellow
Yeah.
No,
submarine.
you know what? I'm holding it down. I'm sticking with Frankie.
Well, Ken, I guess it's
We don't
it's
have
left
to
on you
sing
now.
Yellow Summer.
Frankie.
We're still at a fucking tie then.
Wait, no, how are we? Wait, I'm Frankie.
Chika,
Who else is
changed?
Frankie?
I did.
No one else changed. Vero's stuck with Frankie, Ken's sticking with Frankie.
No, I was Law last time around.
Did you? Oh no, you flipped back over to Frankie.
I'm
shit.
Frankie
so,
now.
So did Frankie? So I'm sorry. Who is voting for Law? Say yes if you're voting for Law.
Marianne is voting for Law.
Me.
And who's voting for Frankie?
Wait, Chika.
Wait, Chika.
Chika,
I'm sorry. I'm bi. I'm sorry. I'm bi.
we haven't resolved
Wait,
the
did we
tie.
switch? Wait, what happened? Wait.
Okay,
Recount,
so
recount.
Ken, you and Chika switched votes and thus left us in a stalemate again.
I didn't expect that this was going to be a problem.
Wait, Chika, you're voting. Wait, Chika, you're voting for Law now?
Chika's voting for Law.
Yeah.
Because he can be a sexy lady, too.
Yeah.
Because he can be a sexy lady.
That is.
And he
but
has
that's
confidence
your
as a lady.
You
But
can
that wasn't
have
his
both.
doing.
Weird about it.
It
All
wasn't.
right.
It wasn't his doing though.
Actually-
He was chill with it, which is
Look,
great. But
what's
it wasn't
sexy?
his doing.
The sexiest part to me about Lady Law is that he doesn't. He's not like, oh my god,
Yes,
gross.
no. The fact that he was chill with it is a big bonus.
That's a big plus. That's a big plus.
But he didn't do that on
All
the,
right.
like. It wasn't like he transformed himself because he was chill with it. He was just okay with the out.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what?
I will end this here and now.
I figured it out, like last ditch attempt at an actual tiebreaker before we, so no one has to step away to honor the vote. Pick an outfit, any outfit. It's only one, but that's the one you stand by. They can't look any different.
The one
The
that he
cape?
gets changed into the women with the slutty,
With
the
the
little
tank top,
the
white
little
tank top.
slutty
Pre or
tank
post?
top and the
Pre or
cape and
post?
the post. And
Yeah,
the boa.
that's his winter. That's his Winter Island
yeah,
look.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the white tank top. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
white tank top.
Delaney.
All right. You know what? Since it's pre or post, I'm gonna go with the yell bath look.
Oh, God damn it.
still
Okay,
think-
Frankie.
Now I'm Law again.
I
If
still
you're
think
choosing-
I
If
like my
that's-
twinks.
I don't like the giant shoulder arm, so I'm going with Law.
Chika?
then.
Not a mullet, Chika.
I'm in chaos. I don't know.
Do you like a rootin' tootin' cowboy robot, or do you like
Well,
because
because he looks so fine. Like, oh my god.
lady?
He'll give you a super soaker.
Oh, shut up.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's like I'm being torn
No, you're
apart. Like, why did you? No,
Law can do that, I
Law
guess.
can fix that for you.
Look at that. I mean,
Frankie.
if you're good with.
Oh my God.
Okay, me and Chika can't vote anymore. Don't count me and Chika anymore.
Well, but I think
because you're
Vero
still
and
gonna
I
be
are pretty
tied.
solidly on
You know
our
what?
guys.
No, it's okay. Delaney, I'm sorry. I am genuinely on the fence, and for the sake of a tiebreaker, I will swing the Law.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
I'm sorry to
Fuck it.
Frankie.
He's a
So where does that leave us
guy,
now?
That means that the final round is Kirsten and Vero.
That was
so
so
it's
much
Sanji
psychic
versus
damage.
Law.
Okay.
That was not where I was expecting to get stuck. All right.
Here's the
So-
thing. Law
yeah.
does not give a shit if you are dead in a ditch. I'm gonna be real here. He's probably a selfish lover. We don't see a much sentimentality from him. He probably smells like wet dog because of fucking Beppo all the time. So I don't know. We've
and
got
living in a submarine.
oh God, it would smell so rank in there. Also, he's definitely sneaking off to hook up with like at least several other pirates.
I don't think so.
And I don't know. I think Law would get bored of you eventually, and he's not holding it down for the long run. And those are my shots I'm firing.
I mean, Law's maintained the same 3 best friends for like.
But that's because
10
Law
plus
probably
years.
subscribes to Bros Before Hoes.
But he's never had a hoe.
I don't know.
Actually, no, there is one girl on his crew. So there,
Who was?
you know,
She was real excited about them all turning into ladies, so I'm not sure that was an option.
But no, I disagree. I think Law is the kind of person where once you get in there and earn his trust, he's a little trauma boy. So
Mhm.
getting his trust will be hard. But I think once you're in there, like, he cares. Like, he will fight for you. I don't think he would leave you in a ditch. He's not heartless. and I think he showers.
Both of them do. Now, I will say, before we vote, I have an idea. We asked the audience. Should I read some of these opinions from the audience, Delaney?
Please.
If you've got any that you think might sway the voting base.
So I asked my followers, because we asked Blue Sky, and I also asked on Instagram.
That.
And it's funny because a lot of people voice the characters that we voiced. But, you know, Avery, our good oomph Avery, I said that like you guys knew Avery, says, in my heart of hearts, it's gotta be Sanji. He's so kind. He's Prince Charming. And then pre-Thriller Bark Sanji, he's a true Rizzler, chivalrous, and he's people try to make the argument that Sanji's only nice to women that he's attracted to. Not true at all. He's kind to many. And also we've got Oomph Crown Guard cosplay saying, it's Sanji because I need a man who's obsessed with me and makes me a good turkey sandwich. And do you know who's suspiciously absent from here? We've got some names for Frankie. We've got Yamato, Corazon, Kaku, Crocodile. No Laws. No one here thinks Law. People think that Law could fuck, but they don't think that he'd be a good boyfriend. And at the end of the day, we're talking about boyfriend material. Somebody that you could bring home to your mom, you know? Hold on, let me check Blue Sky.
Someone who would flirt with your mom.
Someone who would flirt with your mom.
And you know what? My mother would feel like a beautiful lady, and she'd be like, ha, ha, ha. Is that a problem on my mom? Probably. Here we go. Another Sanji vote. A lot of Frankies. The audience wants to fuck Frankie.
Kirsten's got a point. Let's get Kirsten's counter offer.
One person said Perospero, and they're wrong, but that's okay.
That's okay.
It's the tongue. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's not my vibe, but I'm not here to kink shame anyone. Look,
I am.
Sanji is a very, as we talked previously, a very high. You have to work a lot in your relationship with Sanji. He will demand a lot of your attention.
I got that.
He will have to be a lot of your time. If you don't feel like putting in all that time, if you have shit you gotta do, I feel like Law, when you're together, it'll be, you know, intense time. But Law will not be texting you 20 times a day. And
I need that, though.
It's a matter of preference.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Law, the way you're describing it, based on your argument, it makes him sound like he's that kind of guy who's like, yeah, no, babe, we both have our own space, you and me, and we both enjoy having space, and it's just him never fucking texting.
And that's why I have my own man cave in a submarine. Listen, Sanji, he's got a damn job. He's got a damn job to do, and he would be so preoccupied making sure that he doesn't burn the onions or scald the pan. He'd put his phone down. You know? If I called him in the middle of shift, he'd be like, everybody go away, I gotta talk to my beautiful wife right now. But that's okay. And now, you know what? Some people do like a more detached partner. But I'm a real lover, and I'm trying to have a guy who wants to be used as a human footstool if I so wish. So, and that's what I need. And he's going to give it to me 8 days a week.
I feel like the tiebreaker could also be about cheating, right? Because they probably would both cheat, but then Sanji would at least be sad about it. He would be like,
Sanji would have a wandering eye at worst. Listen, the man is a huge flirt. He thinks that he needs to show affection. He was raised by a bunch of bitch-ass pirates, and he thinks the way to show affection is through these like grand romantic gestures. But then, like we've seen with women who show interest in him, he's all bark, absolutely no bite. He would not know what to do. And if some woman was trying to come on to my man, he would just be like, oh, great heavens. And, you know, I don't know, abscond.
Oh, Gadzooks, no, I'm late.
Yeah, just like that. Maybe that's the Emmerich coming out.
He wouldn't know that they were hitting on him.
Exactly. Yeah, he would be like, haha, that's nice, and then go away. Law?
I do think Law is too introverted and traumatized to cheat.
And that's my debate with Law versus Sanji. Is Sanji's too clingy, and I feel like Sanji, you would have to convince him that you were serious, that you actually were interested, and Law would just not be concerned with dating to begin with, period, the end.
Now, if you ask the Fujoshis, the way they are depicting Law is some sex-crazed daddy dom who's gonna use you and lose you. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with that characterization of him, but
yeah, good thing I'm not asking the Fujoshis.
I do think Law has the potential to, even unintentionally, he'd go through that thing where he's like, you're too nice for me, or I'm too, I've got too much baggage, and he would dump you over it. I think that he has the potential to leave you heartbroken at the end of the day.
I'm not sure either of them.
Sanji might have done that to his crew, but I don't think he's doing it again. He learned how to accept that other people do in fact love him. He had a whole character arc about it.
Vero, you're making Law sound like Edward from Twilight.
Is he not?
This is the skin of a killer, Beppo.
I think he's a little less obsessive over women, but kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, both of you need to answer me right now. Would your partner call you Spider Monkey? I need yes or no. No elaboration.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Okay. Thank you for that scientific
I
information.
think we have our answer.
He would do some airwalk and be like, hold on, Spider Monkey. And then I would be like, that was stupid. And he's like, you're right. And I'd go, but it was cute. And he's like, hee hee. Just like that.
Yeah, but he did it anyway, and that's all we need to know.
Yeah, and I like it.
Do we have any other questions? Or are we all feeling like we have a vote?
I have my answer.
Okay.
I have my answer.
Marianne, Chika, anything?
I don't know how I'm supposed to pick between my two number twos.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one's rough.
Do you want us to say our ideal pre or post time skip? We kind of already did that, I think. I guess we did.
You did.
It's post time skip for both.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I guess.
For me, it's post time skip. I think he's more handsome then. He's,
That's true. Specifically Whole Cake Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically.
You have to break his spirit, and then he blossoms.
Yes, but it's got to be post time skip post Whole Cake. It cannot be post time skip pre Whole Cake because no.
Just Wano for both
bar.
of them. Actually, Sanji.
That's the metric.
Sorry. Onigashima. There we go. I hate Sanji's Wano. Fucking banana peel.
Yeah, that was not the best.
I will say my fave Sanji look is still Water 7.
Oh, it's very charming. But let us all, Delaney, I'm looking you in the eyes right now. I'm doing necromancer to necromancer communication. Think about Sanji's leather gloves that he wears on Wano. And that's my closing statement.
Oh my god.
Feather boa.
I'm an asexual, Vero. This does nothing for me.
Oh, you're useless.
This doesn't help you. Okay, voting time. Marianne, what's your vote?
You're making me choose first.
Yes.
Okay, fuck it then. Chica, what's your vote?
What? Ken.
Maybe everybody just type it in the chat all at once. That way you can't influence each other's decisions.
No, we're not doing this. This is ridiculous. Okay, Ken said his vote was locked in. Ken, what's your vote?
Sanji.
Let's fucking go.
Chico, what's your vote?
La.
Okay.
Marianne?
I don't know. I'm see, every time I lean one way, I'm like, oh, but
who's gonna be your boyfriend? Your ride or die?
I feel like it's Sanji.
Sanji's lover boy.
Yeah.
The love chef.
My vote.
Mr. Prince.
I had a distant ex-husband and I can't deal with that again.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the deep hole.
Jesus Christ.
Kirsten,
was stacked against from the start. All right, Delaney, give it to me.
See, here's the problem: is that I was going to vote law, but what Marianne just said majorly fucked up.
Oh God, yeah,
It's
that
from
was a death blow.
That was a death blow. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm flipping to Sanji.
Let's fucking go.
I literally, if Marianne had not brought that up, we would have had to do a tiebreaker.
Kirsten, you fought a very good fight. I wanted law carnally for so many years. You could have probably even swayed me, but I have pride and I have a Sanji tattoo and I gotta ride by my Sanji tattoo.
I mean, look, I also like Sanji is a close number 2 for me, so I couldn't really argue against.
I was fully expecting a full-on beatdown from everybody, just being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Have you seen this embarrassment of a man?" So now that we listen, as the victor. This is embarrassing for all of us. Sanji? Really?
I love Sanji. What's wrong?
Oh
I love Sanji.
God.
You just fought for this man for the last.
I know, and I love him so that I can
now
mock
that
him.
I've won, let me talk down to everyone else.
How could you all?
I'm looking at my Sanji shrine right now, and I'm just like, he's like a little bug to me.
Look, I started.
You all let me win as a failure culturally.
I started cosplaying Nami so that Sanji cosplayers would maybe come up to me and be all love struck, and it didn't work.
I
But
love that.
I tried.
Same. My first con, there were several Sanjis that were like, "Do you want to take a picture of you stepping on me?" And I was like, "I will never let this go." Okay. Well, that was fun.
Right. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our winner this round. Vinsmoke Sanji.
No.
Blackleg Sanji.
Thank you. Blackleg Sanji.
And with that, we're going to move on to our next segment after these messages. This is kind of the piece together segment where in the aftermath of the great battle that we fought here on the Grand Line, we're just going to take a quick walk down some of the stuff that you sent us when we asked you on Blue Sky and our other socials who your boyfriends were. We're going to go through, we're going to have a little debate over any options that we might find interesting. Just a little bit of banter because we're all friends here and it got a little bit crazy back there. So we're going to start with, is it All Blue Sky or Sky Peace or something like that? I'm technically using the name. I don't know
Sky
what we're
Pia?
calling
I have no
it.
idea.
Again,
Blue Sky Pia.
Blue Sky Pia, thank you. All right, so from Salazar Firestorm, we have Raleigh. He's the peak DILF, hot, nice, married, good dad. That's a really good shout, and I will say, we might have, if we do this again, we might have to do like an elders round.
An old man.
Yes, please invite me.
Old man
Please. I want to be Anna.
Rayleigh would be high up there.
Yes.
Like, Rayleigh would be really high up there.
Yeah.
The fact that he's pulling Shaki, too, like...
I would
he's
want
pretty
Shaki
good.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Chika, you
Rayleigh-
can't have everyone.
What?
Chika wants
Don't-
literally everyone.
Don't stop me.
I'm not going to stop you. I just... You claim everyone. There's like a horde of Easter eggs behind Chika of every single person in the One Piece fan.
Almost everyone.
I need all of them.
Except Pero Sparrow. No.
Paraweed.
I mean, we will get to that person's justification. From Shaban, we have they posted pictures of Frankie and Jinbei with the caption, "I like him big, I like him chunky," which, like, already fair argument. But they also said Frankie has a good sense of humor and can fix anything. Jinbei, I think, would be the most stable and mature to have a relationship. Also, I'm a freak who's into the cyborg and Sharkman things. Also extremely fair to make. Again, this was our first run at this. And I think that we're all very cultured people, but we also...
Jinbei is super solid. Like, if we were posing this as like, who do you want to like settle down long
Who are you
term,
gonna-
have like be
yeah.
financially stable? Like, Jinbei is the option there, like by far. I just don't think like if we're talking like fun boyfriend dating bedroom escapades, like No, Jinbei's like Jinbei's past all that already. He's ready to like I don't know.
Jinbei has your 401k in line. He's got the kids' college funds taken care of. But like, yeah,
it's why we call him the uncle. Like he's like, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
He's the One Piece husband. We were talking about One Piece boyfriends.
Exactly.
Key difference. Exactly.
Jinbei. I mean, that being said, Jinbei also did have a very sketchy situation with Big Mom, where it's like, do I need a guy who's got basically a bad relationship with a debt collector? And the answer to that is probably no.
But he was so loyal about it. Like he's like, hey, listen, I'll come join you. But I gotta take care of my shit. He got his shit sorted before he joined the others. And like some men will just jump into a relationship without getting their shit sorted and then make that your issue. Jinbei made sure to keep that on his own. Sorry.
No, you're right. You're right.
Work and personal life. They're separate things. That's responsible. We didn't pick responsible people.
No,
we didn't. Kidding?
We
did not.
We did not at all.
I want to pose this one to the group. Official BSCT Cram has said, I love Frankie and Jinbei, but it's 3,000% Katakuri. What a silver fox, and he's so funny and cool too. Isn't he like 40?
Yeah, he's not a silver fox.
Yeah, he's not a silver fox.
He's not a silver fox, but he could be my fox. Yeah. Very fun.
He's foxy.
No thanks.
Yeah, Marianne's allowed to abstain from this one, but
Katakuri is
48.
Yeah.
That is my big brother. Thank you very much. I don't want to think about it.
I totally forgot you're the voice actress of Flampe.
Oh, what an amazing time to deploy that. I would
have picked Katakuri if I didn't go for Yamato in that. I would have picked Katakuri. I really do enjoy Katakuri.
When I reread Whole Cake, I think I'm going to come back to this with Katakuri, but I also might just come back to this with Bajay, who is objectively one of the best husbands in the fucking show.
True.
Who?
Bajay?
Oh, Beige Capone.
Beige,
yeah.
but I don't.
They say it differently.
Shit.
Look, English dub says Beji, so that's what
Veggie?
I'm going with. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Vegemite?
I don't know. Yes.
Beige
Capone gang Veggie.
Capone and Aladdin are two of the best husbands, I think, in One Piece.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Veggie has like the healthiest relationship in the whole show, arguably.
Oh yeah, that's a marriage. That's a family.
Yeah.
Honestly, like for people who want to live that mob wife fantasy, Crocodile is like the dreamboat version. I say this as a crocodile enjoyer, but like Beggie's the one you like actually want to lock in. It's like that man's gonna provide. He's got the family. Nothing matters more than family.
And
that kind of thing.
Pre-time skip, I would not have thought that of him, but he proved us all wrong. So good on him.
No, I need my man to kill.
Yeah, get that shit, man.
I'll go with Cock. He needs to
Look, he was ready to kill Big Mom, so there's that.
Chika, you have the mob wife mentality down so pat for all of your choices.
Yes. She's playing the game. Right. I want to bring to the table the one that it scared us off a little bit, but Paris Sparrow, here's their justification. He's funny and cunty and looks like a G-MILF. He's mean and constantly shit-talking, but he's also a bit of a goofy silly. He's a husband, but also a wife to me.
Look, I sent that to Aaron Campbell, who plays him in English, and his response was just,
Exactly.
Every single thing you just said was a reach for that character. I don't believe that shit.
I mean, cunty Paris Sparrow is a descriptor. That's a word you use to describe things.
He's got a candy arm, and he'd be sticky and just.
Oh God, yeah.
It is really like wanting to fuck gay Lord Licorice from Candyland.
Oh my God.
Like if y'all want to get nasty with Lord Licorice from the board game Candyland, then Paris Sparrow, yeah,
he's just
sure.
He's the epitome of that one Cards Against Humanity card that is, why am I sticky?
He always reminded me of the child catcher from Chi Chi Bang Bang a little bit.
He does look like the child catcher from Chi Chi.
Thank you for getting what I'm going for.
I was trying so hard to figure out what he looks like. I do also want to say, like, the point of this is to celebrate, like, you know, the crazy zany characters that Oda has created. And I say this with so much love and respect, even as zonkers as Perospero is for a call. Like, you know, we honor that and we see you. It's absolutely bananas that we can speak on this. Okay, Mr. Sunshine says, Helmeppo, because he grew and changed and became even hotter. I know he's a dick in the beginning, but I could fix him.
Okay.
Power to you.
You know what?
Kobe's working on it.
Kobe is working on it. Kobe's got that shit on lock.
Live action Helmeppo did a lot of the heavy lifting the last year or two.
Yeah.
That teddy bear.
I'm surprised nobody said Buggy. I know too
Oh,
many
yeah.
girls women who like Buggy,
Buggy is.
and I don't get it.
Okay.
I had to write an entire article about everyone being hot for Buggy after the
the
live
Netflix
action.
one?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeff Ford's Buggy's so good.
I mean, okay, look, I get that, but the friends that I know who like Buggy liked him pre-Impel Down, pre-live action. They liked just Buggy the Clown.
You know what? I think the appeal with Buggy is that he sets expectations right out of the gate in terms like he's going to be a loser forever. He will never be good at his job, but he fails upward.
I guess if
Like,
you're into trash men, then
yeah.
There are
It's
people
elite.
who love that, like the lovable loser kind of thing. Like he is such a loser, and like he owns it. I don't know.
Yeah,
You're
but he
not
only
wrong.
he only got to some metric of hot like around Marineford, like Impel Down Marineford was when Sex Buggy sort of entered the chat. Again, honor, love, and respect, but like pre-Impel Down Buggy is a pretty brave choice.
Him in
Yeah,
the Impel
what's the
Down outfit is the
ponytail?
best he's ever looked. Like after Impel Down, when he starts getting like the big like blanket thing, it's like no, go back to like prison cell Buggy, like
With
the
the
lowest
hair.
of the low. I want him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
with
exactly.
the
the
hair.
hair was good.
The hair was good. Bringing new meaning to the term pillow talk. From Gilly, we've got Marco is just super cool and kind-hearted. He uses his past and present commitments to help others, and to be honest, I just fuck with a guy in a button-up and glasses. They gave him such good animation in Wano, tee-hee. And someone else added, when Oda draws guys in glasses, it truly melts my brain, which is a fair point to make.
On the flip side with Marco, the hair is what does it off for me. Is
Right.
like everything else, yes, but he needs a different hairstyle.
His hair looks like Jake Paul.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, God. No, that's fair. I was gonna go with 30 to 40-year-old barista at a local vegan cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got big dreams, but, you know.
his face needs like definition because like everyone compares it to the pineapple and whatnot, but like it just I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still dying over what somebody said in the group chat about Sabo.
Oh, that was me.
Wait,
Because you're
wait.
My three husbandos are La, Sanji, and Sabo. But Sabo is definitely the summer boyfriend who, like, last day of summer, like, drives you in his car and, like, as he's dropping you off to your house, breaks up with you because he just can't commit right now.
And you're right. You're right.
I'm just like a free spirit.
You're absolutely right. I love Sabo too, but you're right.
Yeah.
Sabo was objectively not designed to be as much of a fuckboy as
No.
he vibes out to be. Like talk about new metal Ace. It's just like, no, this is new cola Ace. It's still good, but it's not gonna love you the same way. Robin says, I will die on the hill that iceberg is a damn snack. The blue lipstick and scruff just do it for me. The lipstick is actually, you know what? I'll agree that it adds something.
Hard agree.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Absolutely.
Flayon says, it's Kid, I stand by my man. This is not a rational thing. I see a punk-ass bitch who keeps on losing consistently, and I go, yes, this is pathetic and also hot, and I'm here for it. I know what I'm about.
They
I'm
know what
sorry
they're
for
about.
your
They said
loss.
it themselves.
They said it themselves. Again, see buggy fuckers. He's gonna lose forever, and if you know that, that's your commitment. Apart from that, like on Blue Sky, we have a lot of Frankie. We have a lot of Sanji. We did get Law, but they only mentioned like his backstory and long-term goals. Very bizarre that Law was underrepresented, if I'm honest, especially that when we brought Femme Law into play. I feel like that should have evened it out a little bit. I will also note what they said about Crocodile. Lydia's Spooky Season said, I would give that man my credit card information and my social security number and access to my savings, anything for baby girl.
True, but be safe, though.
Are we sure that's not Chika's alt account?
What? Ooh, wait a minute.
No, that's because I said be safe, though. Like, this is no, I'm just kidding. I did my best, Lydia. I did my best to fight for Crocodile. This is low-key rigged. I think Crocodile should have won.
I see the vision with Chika, and I see the vision with Lydia as well, where it's like, you want a guy who's gonna, like, leave you in a room, he's gonna, like, send, like, someone in with, like, a glittery dress in a box, and it's gonna be, like, a big-ass table. It's like, ooh, where's this gonna go? That weird sort of, like, mob initiation first date experience.
I just couldn't get past the sand. That's all it was.
The sand's a bit of it's a hurdle to jump.
Yeah. Also, not
make
gonna
me a
lie,
castle.
when you said he was, not gonna lie, when you said he was gray, initially I thought you meant his skin tone, and I was like, that's appealing?
He is, though. He's got, like, jaundice.
He kind of does. He's a bit sallow.
I meant morally gray, but
I figured that out really quickly, but I thought that's what you meant initially, and I was like, huh.
Also, if we're talking about mobsters in One Piece and bringing up that Crocodile could make you a sandcastle, Beji literally is a castle.
Beji is a castle. You can be inside that man.
I don't want to be inside him. I want to be inside Crocodile. I don't know if I want to be him. Like, if y'all saw on Instagram when I first came on the One Piece podcast, one of the photos I have is me with Crocodile's hook, like in 2018 or something. Like, I'm dedicated. So,
oh no, you are locked the fuck in. I'm very proud of how much everyone came. No one came to play today. This was a very tight race. Again, aforementioned Pop Funkos. I had to watch Ken's heart break today, and that was the worst thing I think I've ever done for someone who just did me a massive favor.
As soon as you all said that Yamato, like, you see yourselves in Yamato, or like Yamato be your friend, I'm like, I can see
Yamato is best friend, not boyfriend to me.
Exactly. I completely agree.
Yamato was on my list though, so so a lot of people.
Let me talk about how I see myself in Crocodile, but not in a way that's going to leave sand on my body for the rest of my life.
And in your body.
And in your body.
Look, you don't need to be making pearls up in there.
He could eject them out. He could bring them out. Can he call the sand?
Okay. We got a couple that are interesting from Vero when they put it out on Instagram. I don't need to know about the pearls. So a couple were Corazon, Tears, or Capone, maybe Sanji. Corazon, I've gotten like when there's only so many straight guys in your college class, and it's like one of them's like the dude with a guitar, and it's like, well, he's around. Like, that's my vibe from Corazon. I don't get like a
wrong. It's like
a ride or die.
It's the man, all these other guys are taken. Yeah, he's fine. Well, I could date him for a summer.
When you text him, he responds exclusively in, yeah, babe.
If he responds at all.
I want to talk about long-term plans for our future. Yeah, babe.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Like, he means it. He does want to, but he's not actually talking. He's not getting into it. He's not hashing it out.
The fact, like, his dying, like, message to Law was like, yeah, love ya, and with a big smile. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's how he breaks up with you. It's like, yeah, it's been nice, babe, love you.
Also,
peace.
all the pictures he takes of you are terrible.
Oh, they're so bad.
It's like his finger over the lens.
The thumb's always there. The thumb's always in the corner. It's like, I guess I'm gonna crop it out. Jesus Christ. Like, you spend so much more time. Just a smudge on there. We have Kuma, because he's strong and kind, plus we can do a lot of world traveling for cheap. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's
That is a
utilitarian.
good reason.
That would break my heart though, because like you would
No,
see him everywhere, but you know it's not him.
He
It's
also,
not
like,
real.
Kuma to me also fits under, like, husband, not boyfriend.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in the Jinbei category.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But he's like a unicorn. It's like, widowed single dad who's like, really huge, and he's just making it work. And he gets like those nice sympathy points, but not in a way where it's like pitiful, more just like, look at this really sweet guy, like making
He
it
deserves
happen.
better, but I'm just not attracted to him. It's
Oh,
how I
yeah.
see it. Like, man, I hope he finds a good person someday, but that's not gonna be me.
He's built like a drumstick.
There's that.
You wish him, when you swipe past him on Hinge, you're like, I wish you well. I hope you find it. But I can't help you here,
He's a
sir.
big teddy bear.
He's a big teddy bear. He's a big teddy bear. When you know what, if you're looking for someone who can wrap you up in their arms and hold you tight, I think that's got to be Kuma.
And send you on a great
and
vacation.
Oh, can't take you on a great vacation. You're gonna go to the coast
Immediately.
You're gonna go to the coast. Like, in 2 seconds, you will be at the coast, and he's not gonna be there, but you'll be at the coast.
He'll be right behind you.
He'll be right behind you. It's fine. He'll catch up. And last but not least, from the Instagram batch that we're reading out today, we have surprise newcomer Kaku. He's goofy, kind, got his weird little old man talking style, and he loves giraffes.
That's fair. Though, that also makes me think that, like, Polly, once he got over himself a little bit, would not be terrible.
Polly would actually be... Polly, I feel like, has a lot of shared blood with Sanji.
Yes.
Where it's like, I think you think way too much about women, but I also think if you redirected that, you could be fine.
Yes.
If you channel that into something
And
positive.
if you're into the rope thing.
Kissing would be hard.
Which, like,
I don't know.
kissing would be
For
hard.
Kaku,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like dodge.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You gotta put like a
Oh, no.
like a bingo visor on before you go in for one.
Yeah.
Who would be harder to kiss, Kaku or Usopp?
Well,
Both
Kaku's
of
he's got edges. Like, that's Usopp's, at least, his nose
But
is...
Usopp's pointy.
Is it? It's
Well,
depending.
it's like,
It's like a rounded end.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
would
you
have
could,
to
like...
kiss
Kaku on.
You could, like, cut yourself on the corners of Kaku's nose.
Yeah,
the
trying to
pointiness
kiss
feels-
Kaku. Trying to kiss Kaku is like headbutting a Lego tower. It doesn't feel like the best judgment call, especially because it doesn't look like, oh, it's cartilage, it'll just bounce off. No, like Usopp, I believe a lot of that is cartilage, where it's like that's just kind
Also,
of
he, like, bends his...
slide
You've seen Usopp, like, bend his nose up and do stuff like that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like flick it and okay. Yeah. All right, I'm sold.
No, now here's the worst one. Kaku or Paraspero?
Kaku.
Worst to kiss.
Well,
Oh,
Paraspero.
Paraspero.
Oh,
Paraspero.
abs-
I don't...
What do you even do with
What
that?
are the bacteria on that tongue? That tongue is out all the time.
Would the tongue even go in his mouth at all? If he were to kiss you, it would just be in yours, and
yeah.
then there's too much of it, and then where would it go in your mouth? I just no. I'm sorry.
Whose tongue?
Is the
Too much.
Wait, whose tongue?
Paraspero's
Paraspero.
tongue?
Oh, I thought y'all were talking about Vegapunk. Child, okay. But
No.
yeah.
I mean him too.
That
But
too. That too.
Oh god, there's probably Vegapunk Paraspero shit out there with
Yeah.
the tongues.
Oh god.
I want to randomly insert
like the
that
No.
don't.
I
insertion.
hate the images that have just been invited.
You're
into my
welcome,
mind.
No.
and I'm sorry.
it's not going to be about Vegapunk, I swear. It's going to be about Loki. He's a giant.
Uh-huh.
I would just use him as a beanbag and do with that what you will,
That's fair.
audience. Do with that what you will.
No, you know what? We have discussed the appeal. We have discussed the appeal of temperature regulated boyfriends. The fact is, the skin is the largest organ in the body. So that man's body heat is gonna take care of everything.
I'm still
and
not,
there's a lot of it.
I'm still not over whoever said internal burn cream 2 hours ago.
Yeah, that was me. My bad.
Yeah. Sand that thing down. Any parting opinions about our piece together submissions today?
It could be.
No.
Nobody said caribou, so we're good.
Oh yeah.
Nobody said caribou. You know what? I'm impressed by the restraint to not make me have to read that out loud. That you would fuck caribou. So
No one said No one said Rob Lucci or Smoker. I was expecting those two.
no one did. I do know some people who we could have had on
Smoker.
today would have fought for Smoker. Smoker's hot.
Yeah.
Smoker walks out. Smoker's a military man who walks around with his tits out, which, you know, I imagine Garp might have been at some point in his youth.
And
but
I would
Garp does not
love
do that
that.
anymore.
I would love. Okay.
No one's complaining. No one would be complaining.
throughout the ages.
But
I was like,
Yeah.
time skip Kobe though would be okay. Would be a pretty decent enough boyfriend, I think.
yeah, post time skip is not bad for either Kobe or Helmeppo.
He's just kind of baby, is all.
right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't deal with that. I don't want
I-
to be someone's mother in a relationship.
Right. That's yeah.
No.
Kobe.
Kobe's the boyfriend who, like, you meet in your freshman year, and if you click, you're locked in forever.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, I need my person. Tell me where my person is, and you're just there, like, you soul pair.
Yeah.
Kobe is the one you bring to mom.
Yes.
But then you guys break up, and she's like, "Whatever happened to him? He was so nice. I
really
loved
liked
him.
Kobe."
He was so good for you." I'm like, "Yeah,
He was too committed to his job.
exactly."
I looked this
Yeah.
up recently, and Kobe is 16, I believe, pre-time skip. So
Yeah.
So he's 18. Okay.
He's 18. But here's the thing. 16 years old, and he looked like that when he was working for Alvita. He looked like he was 12.
He sure did.
yes,
Puberty hit him like a
Because,
brick truck. Like it's just brick house, whatever. Yeah.
Like a brick truck.
Brick truck. You know what?
Brick
It's fine. Words. I'm good at idioms.
A truck of bricks.
A truck full
Yeah.
of bricks.
Kobe was hit by a
full of
truck.
bricks.
The plastic surgery was extensive, but now he looks great.
He looks so much better now. It was a massive improvement. Where do you think the dent in his head came from?
Oh no.
That's what happened. Garp threw so many cannonballs at Kobe, it rearranged his face.
Yeah, puberty and Garp's training beat him into submission, and now he's a boyfriend. Okay, well, in that case, we are gonna round off for the evening after these messages. This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 844 for the week of Monday, November 25th. Thank you everyone so much for coming on this evening. It has been an absolute blast to run this game with everybody for the very first time, and obviously jumping straight in with no prior evidence of whether or not this was going to work. It was very, very nice of everybody, and I had an absolute blast with y'all, so thank you for your time and your willingness to play. Before we go, I want to let everybody plug their plugs and all that fun stuff. So let's start with Ken. What are you doing?
Not too much. I've been away from the internet for a little bit. But if you want to follow me anywhere online, you can find me at KindKing01 on Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitch, anywhere. I'm the same handle across the web, so I'm easy to find. And thanks for having me on, Delaney. This was really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast to have you on, Ken. It worked out really well considering the topic of the day.
Yes.
Kirsten, where are you?
hello. I am on Blue Sky now at KIRCAREY at bsky.com or however those handles work.
Biscay.
Biscay. And you can also find me on Instagram with that bit and then just add GTR because I play guitar. If you live in Chicago, I have a couple shows coming up that I should be announcing soon. One is December 5th at Elastic Arts. And yes, that's my plugs.
Amazing. Chika.
Yeah, you guys can find me at chika.shoujosundae.com on Blue Sky, and Chika Supreme on Instagram. That's Chika with a K and not 2 C's. And I had so much fun today. I hope that you all enjoyed it while you were listening. And I know we said at the top of the episode to not be weird, but please don't be weird, because I had all of these, like, but just because I have a harem doesn't mean I want to hear about your harem or how I could possibly be in it, because I wouldn't be in it. So let's not go too far, you guys, okay? I can put a root on you if it gets too much. But anyway, yeah, follow Shoujo Sundae as well. We are covering Fruits Basket, and we won a Signal Award, which is really great. So if you want to hear our acceptance speeches, that is in our latest episode right now. That's it.
Of course, and congratulations again on the award. Absolutely smashing it.
Thank you.
And Marianne, where can everyone find you?
I am on Blue Sky, Instagram, and the burning shipwreck of embers of Twitter, as Marianne D. Hobbit. Yep. You'll find me there. Plugs. If you watch dubs on Crunchyroll, you've probably heard my voice. So, I don't know, watch more dub if you want to. If not, that's also fine. Otherwise, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in a week and in 2 weeks, there will be, we're doing a production, Shakespeare Everywhere is doing a production of The Winter's Tale, and I play Perdita at the Dallas Art Co. So if you happen to be a Dallas local, come see it. If not, look at the pictures that we'll post about it online. Yep.
Oh, amazing. And much like everyone's weird sex opinions, your opinions on dubs, I don't want to hear it.
Same.
But please go watch dubs if you like them, and listen to Marianne. As for me, you can find me at Delaney L. Jordan on the shipwreck. I'm at Infinite Snow at Blue Sky. Infinite Snow Productions on YouTube, as always. I do want to say, while I'm working on my latest video, which is coming at some point, I've had a lot of freelance work to juggle. My Patreon has just introduced monthly movie nights, which I let my patrons vote on a film, and we just sit down and I just riff at it. So this month was Last Night in Soho, which will be essay bait later. But it was really, really fun, and we had a really good time. So if you want to support the channel and also get content to me, get access to me yammering on a regular basis, go check that out. But otherwise, same shit as always for me. I'm always here every Monday, just plugging away. We have a website, onepiecepodcast.com. We have an email, which is on that website. We also have a phone number, which is on that website. Typically, I am not listening I don't know these numbers. But if you ever want to reach out to us, we are One Piece Podcast on Blue Sky. That is predominantly our home at the moment. We also have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting the show. And
we should also note Vero had to step out earlier, but you can find Vero at ginkgocrown.bsky.social or on Instagram at ginkgocrown as well.
Yes,
thank you very much.
And don't be weird to Vero.
Things I actually know.
Yeah. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird to any of us, please.
Yeah.
But
especially Vero.
Especially Vero.
But this has been the One Piece Podcast. Don't be weird.
That's the episode title.
Don't be
weird.
That's our shit.
That should be the episode title.
I'm really married to This Is the Skin of a Killer Beppo, but that should be the episode title. Thanks everyone for coming, and we will see you next week once the manga is finally legitimately back and you don't have to deal with us killing time. So thanks for listening, everybody, and have a great day. Goodbye now.
Bye.
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 Maji.
Maji. God damn it. Okay.